Oh no! Almost dropped the meat stick.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, as you can see, this is my first time streaming with OBS by myself without Shay being in charge of it. And I'm seeing if I can make our chat here bigger so I can talk to y'all. Guys, let me know how the sound is. I'm just doing this on my computer because we are out here. Oh yeah, I should probably get rid of the echo there for everybody. All right. We're live. Howdy. Okay, so how does everything sound? Because I'm not sure. We're just doing this on my computer. It is myself, the mysterious Dr. Girlfriend, of course, and Joe the Mountain Jedi over here. We don't have the fancy camera set up.
Buongiorno.
Because Shay's not in charge of this live stream. She's sick. Let me get this back a little farther. Give us a little room here. But I can't see what everyone's saying. I know. Anyway, so Dr. Girlfriend's over here handling your package live, as we said. Cheers, y'all. All the Brapstar orders are going out right now. We got the Wild and Free, not all who wander are lost, but I sure as fuck am. And of course, yeah, right. And of course, the our new mascot, Grim E. Newman, descending into the void. And so while Dr. Girlfriend handles all your packages over here, if you order anything right now, if you haven't made your order, brapstar.com, I got it up here, so we can call out to the entire world what weird shit you ordered off the website. Okay, everyone's saying it's sounding good, man. It's we're getting ready right now, so I wanted to do this live stream for a couple reasons. One, we got Dr. G over here doing all the hard work while me and Joe sit over here and drink beer. We have everybody's order who did a pre-order. Here, here. I don't know how to. I need like a wide angle is what I need.
Just manhandle it.
We have these cakes over here, right? I got to get these out of the way. But these cakes are for sitting, not for eating. Those are for a different video. No, not Dr. Girlfriend's video. I had someone say that once. They go, here goes another freaking OnlyFans girl. First off, stop casting shade and aspersions on my loyal. You know, people say I have a harem. I don't call it a harem myself. I prefer to call it a freak show. But don't be casting shade and aspersions upon my loyal army of sluts, okay? They're fucking good girls. But at the same time, Dr. Girlfriend doesn't do that stuff. She's a nice lady.
Yes.
Yeah, you can still be a nice lady and do that stuff.
And do bad things.
She's a nice lady. Yeah, you can be a nice lady and do bad things. But no, Dr. Girlfriend doesn't have another page, okay? She just has her 9 to 5 and then puts in a little time at Shade Tree Surgeon's labor camp for wayward women. All right, man. How do you, Winston Gallo, I just told you, have Dr. G put on some lingerie. I'm telling you, it's she doesn't do that stuff. Well, I mean, I'm sure she actually does wear lingerie. I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I do.
Oh my God. She's bad, y'all. Everyone wishes you had an OnlyFans. Sorry, boys. Sorry to disappoint. I don't know how to get both of us in here. It's like I got to put it so far away that I can't see what the chat's saying.
Well, you know what? You take up a lot of real estate.
I know. I was about to say, dude, we're fucking wide. I'll pull up the chat on my phone so I can read it.
This is the Pontiac edition.
There we go. Okay, now I got to listen to my own laugh. Like.
That did sound kind of nerdy on your phone.
Dude, it's bad, dude. Trust me. I already know. Hey, I don't need it from you, too. Get back to work. Bees of the biker, we appreciate
that's a
you.
hard no, brother. I'm sorry. I can't. I do not look good in the thong, and I am not about that pole life. Sorry, dude. I'm out.
You know, to someone, everyone looks good to someone, right? I'm going to see how to make this font bigger on the computer.
Do Alt Plus.
Alt Plus? Which one's Alt?
Or I think it's different on your computer.
Option?
I'm
Command.
Command it.
Bees of the Biker, we appreciate you, man. Eat the cake or buy beer.
Did you
No,
figure it out?
no, I didn't. Which one is it? It's Control, Option, and Command. Shay has to have her eyes closed.
So bright.
It's too bright in here. I even turned off some lights for her.
Loose Juice, I totally agree with you on the PC800. Dude, that thing is so blindingly, garishly loud. I mean...
That one you found on Facebook Marketplace? It's so good,
oh my God,
dude.
yes. I mean, all of a sudden it just popped in my head earlier today. Jamaican bobsled team.
It's cool. It is a cool runnings bike, dude.
Dude, it looked
No.
to a T.
All right, let me see. What does it say on my... How to make font on MacBook bigger.
Yeah, it's not working. It always works for me.
I don't know. Maybe you can look it up on YouTube.
Click on the display, go to text. Text size. What? No, dude.
You should have to just hit the Control Plus.
I gotta go all the way to system. I can't fucking see shit on
Big
this.
Z,
thing,
what's
dude.
happening, brother?
Sorry, guys. We usually do this on the computer. We're all set up. We're in the living room right now, so we can freaking pack. Because Shay is sick. Okay, it's really her fault at the end of the day. Would be an accessibility. I'm gonna find it here eventually. I promise you. What's it say on here?
Jerry, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Under displays. Dude, this is just like everyone watching me. POV, you don't know how to work your freaking computer.
Don't look at me, dude.
Yeah, I know. You're supposed to be the mechanic around here,
Wait a
dude.
minute. I have a phone number you can call. She's at work right now, but you can call it.
All right, we got it large now. Okay, that's better, dude. All right. That's better. Now we can see it. It's not I'm old. It's far away from us. We got to do it far away from. All right. Beer money for the packaging supervisors. So that goes to Dr. G, man. Dr. Girlfriend gets that one. Yeah, we're a professional operation. All right, now we're starting. Doing computer tech videos. I doubt it, dude. It's a Mac, man. We got it. I got it. I did it all by myself. What's up, Papa Kilo? So we're packing up all your orders. We got the, I want to do a poll. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I want to know what everybody thinks, what the next Rule 34 sticker package should be. At this point, we've done Rule 34 Kaijus, and we've done Rule 34 Xenomorphs, and we've done Hellraiser Pokemon. I can't show any of them on here, because they're all revolting.
Bro, strawberry shortcake.
Oh no, dude, we can't do that one. We had someone say clowns. I was like, ooh, I could do some clowns. My first thought, I don't know what y'all think. Right, so that was on the list because we always do 4, right?
Yeah.
We got to do 4 different ones. So if it's Rule 34 clowns, my first thought, and they're always just like whatever the thing is, but with like big anime titties.
Right.
You know? And my first one was Violator from Spawn.
Oh, yeah, wow.
But,
Man,
but a girl. What if Zelda was a girl, man? No, we should. I was actually just thinking that today.
Zelda.
Yeah, you got to do Zelda for the Renfest thing. I bet you could buy a Zelda costume on freaking Amazon now.
Or make a fancy one.
I know, but the Campout's in a week.
Oh, yeah.
We ain't making nothing.
Time.
Yeah, rub it in. Sadly, I will not be in attendance.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, man. Something always happens too where we need a mechanic. You don't get 200 bikes in one spot and not need a tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna start wearing this little hat with a little pop-up neon sign that says off duty.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea. I like that.
It's like a cab, dude.
Biker mice in space. You're talking about biker mice from Mars. That was a fucking good one. People are the real monsters. I know, Beezer. I know, man. Rule 34 insects. I don't want to. I usually like to do something pop culture, and I guess clowns is pretty is pretty freaking broad. We could do insects, but if I did
insects because you can't kiss a bug.
I know your lips are too powerful to kiss bugs. But if we did insects, I would just do famous ones. Like we could do Zorak from Space Ghost. The tick. You know, we could just do like, if we did insects, it would be something like that. It would be like.
The ladybug from A Bug's Life.
Oh, actually, there's a lot of famous insects, dude.
Oh, the one that sounds like a dude that smokes 3 packs of Pall Mall non-filters a day? Gotcha.
We've got Bugs Life. We've got ants with a. Ants was good, man. I love ants.
It was good. I mean,
we could do that. The Bee movie. You know, we've got that one.
Yeah.
We could do insects. You know.
Oh.
I like watching whenever somebody suggests what their Rule 34 is. I was like, I just learned something about you, motherfucker.
Yep. Hey, Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. Cryptids, dude. We had a Rule 34 Yachtja in this one. I can actually show that one because there's only tits on one side. I can cover them up. Let me go get that real quick.
Okay, I'm invested now because the thing is, secretly deep in my tiny little bitty black heart, I am a huge xenomorph and Yachtja nerd, like big time. Okay, I'm sorry, Prometheus. I can't get on board with that.
All right, I got to cover up. The Yachtja's got their tits out, but yeah, it's a Ripley judging a wet T-shirt contest. Between the freaking Predator and Alien. Hey, guys, I don't draw them. I just think of them. Okay? Don't blame me. We could do cryptids. That'd be a good one, man. I could be down with cryptids.
Dude, remember the snorks? Back when
The
we were
snorks?
kids?
Yeah.
Snorks.
So every idea gets filed away, by the way. So every single one is going to have, it might get its day. So... Rule 34 Garfield, we're closer than you think on that one, Cutter. Who sent them stickers to us? Was that Cutter?
I think so, yeah.
Was it Cutter?
I think so.
Someone sent us some foul Rule 34 Garfield stickers. Foul, dude. I love them. I'm very excited about it.
Sorry, I do not want to see John.
Did you want to see him?
34.
I'm just going to, so we're not going to show you guys because I can't, but we're just going to go ahead and get a live reaction on the Rule 34 Garfield stickers from Joe and
Oh,
my
God.
girlfriend. Yep.
I feel so used
Wait,
right
they're
now.
bad.
And I am wholly and totally unprepared for this.
I'm intrigued.
Don't get me wrong. I have a huge amount of curiosity going right now. It's kind of like driving down the highway and you see a car crash. You can't not look.
True.
That's the problem, though. Everybody looks, and everybody slows down to look. And I'm behind them, and I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. I got to go somewhere.
Exactly.
All right. Dr. Girlfriend, come
Are we-
over
do you want
here.
me
So you guys can describe what they are. I just can't show them on stream.
I can describe it.
You can describe them, but we
Should I
can't
close
show it
my
on stream.
eyes?
No, we'll do one at a time. All right. First one. That one's pretty tame. This is probably the tamest one.
That is
Odie.
Odie.
The tamest one?
Odie giving him head.
No, he's licking his feet.
Oh,
Yeah, Odie's
okay.
sucking toes.
Legit, I thought you said the tamest one. I'm like,
It-
whoa.
No, this is the tamest one.
No, you're wrong. His other foot's right there. That's.
Oh, that's it. Oh, you're right. He
I
is.
am
He is
right.
giving him head. I thought he was freaking sucking toes.
No.
And what does the speech bubble say?
I finally found a good use for Odie's tongue.
All right. Next, there's more. All right, this one's pretty good too.
Garfield has ass and some boobies.
Right?
Yep, he's thinking of cake. Garfield with tits.
What's
and
that say? Oh, that's cake. Yeah.
yeah. I guess I could actually show that one. It's not fucking.
She's wearing it though.
Yeah, there's no peepees in it or anything like that. It's also glittery. That one's not so bad. Actually, maybe that's the tamest one. This one's pretty tame too.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be okay.
Don't worry, they get worse. All right, where do we go next one? This one's pretty tame too. Now it's also
Yeah.
pretty normal, right?
Cute.
Right.
And then we have like we have this one.
Badonkadonk.
But look down there.
Is that a,
Those
is
are
that a
those
ball
are
sack?
those are testicles. Down there.
Oh,
yeah, big
I
ones.
see. They are quite large.
Look at you getting all clinical with the doc. Oh, damn.
Who said sent you those?
Who sent me? I think it was Cutter, man.
Dude, that's rough. That last
I forget
one
who it
rough.
was. Was it Cutter, Shay?
I think so.
I think so. If Cutter sound off, that's your fault, dude. Thanks for scarring everybody here. I love them. I'm putting every single one of these. I'm putting on the gold.
I'm not scarred. I'm entertained, dude. I mean, bravo.
Yeah, no, good on you, Cutter, man. They're good, man. Cape Monster more. Male cats still have nipples on their belly. That is true, man. What's up, Hippie Trev? Hippie Trev went on a ill-fated road trip. I'm glad you're back, dude. I always love hearing from people in Australia. I think it's so cool, man. And we have everyone, nothing against anyone who checks in from Europe and stuff like that. Just because we don't get a lot of, there's a few people most everyone's from like Canada or England. And there's a lot of people from Australia too. We don't get a lot of a couple people live in Thailand, a couple people live in Japan, but not a lot. So whenever somebody checks in from Australia, I'm just like, dude, it's like you live on another planet. It's like they're so
everything
far
there's
away.
trying to kill you.
Yeah, it's also like if Florida was an island.
Yeah.
So, or I usually would say it's like if Alabama's an island.
Well, I mean, remember that book, Surviving the Game, or the movie Surviving the Game? That's like Surviving the Game, Florida edition.
Australia is. I would love to go there. I'm very curious about it. I don't know. I'm sure we'll make it there eventually. Once I can stand 20 hours, I can afford a plane ticket anyway.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, it's got to be. I think it's a couple thousand. Is this the same? There's only been one Dr. Girlfriend. Of course, it's the same one. Are you the same Dr. Girlfriend?
Am I? Yeah. Do I look different?
What are you trying to say? You think she looks different? Don't give her a complex, dude. Because then once the live stream ends, then I have to deal with that.
Hey, here's hoping there's a clone.
Yeah, they making any more of you?
I don't have. Well,
I think it's only brothers, right?
I do have a sister. We don't look alike.
Ah, okay.
I do have a cousin. She kind of looks like me.
So there are more of you.
Kind of.
Good luck finding them. We ain't giving out that information.
You're fortunate in that. I don't have any siblings, and that's a good thing.
You an only child?
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Let's dig deeper.
Okay.
Technically, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I didn't find out I was adopted until 3 weeks after I turned 18, and I found out by accident.
You were adopted?
Yeah.
No shit, dude.
Yep.
You're tall too. I'm just now all I can imagine is like them telling you you're adopted and it's like the like Elf or something,
Well, no,
you're like
into this.
6'2" and everyone else is fucking 5'1" or something like that. And you're
Yeah,
like, really? I'm adopted?
Well, I mean, my dad looked like me and everything, and I mean, from the waist up, he was built like me. I mean, not quite as round, but still, he
Well,
just
it's
had,
like people looking like their dogs,
well, he just had little stumpy ass legs on him, I mean, it was like Cotton Hill.
I
But,
gotcha.
yeah.
Right.
But I mean, my old man, I mean, he came up to my chin. I mean, hell, I've been this size since I was 16 because whenever I busted my leg up real bad.
How did it make you
everything-
feel when you heard you were adopted? Did it
Didn't change
bother you at
anything
all?
for me.
You were just like, whatever.
Well, okay, here's the whole
Curious
story.
ever?
I laid out with all my buddies at high school and everything, and I was supposed to go to MEPS for my enlistment for Army Reserves the next day, and they told me I'd been once before and I had to go back, and they told me that I had to have the original document for my birth certificate because I had a copy. They needed the original document. So I got in our safe at the house and everything, and it's 3 in the morning, and I'm slightly inebriated. Because I mean, I'm 18 years old in high school. That's what you do in Northwest Arkansas because there's not shit to do. But
Right, you're from Pig Knuckle, Arkansas. You joined the military, bud.
right? But anyway, so I'm digging through there, and I see this birth certificate for this dude named Joseph Aaron Hawkins, and I'm like, huh. Well, Mom and Dad said they were living in a duplex whenever I was born, and then I'm digging through papers looking for my hard copy of my original birth certificate because it's been years since I've seen it. And I come across this Arkansas State Supreme Court writ of adoption papers, and I start reading through it, and it says blah, blah,
Oh shit,
blah,
they
blah,
weren't even
blah.
gonna tell you. You freaking.
Yeah, I blundered into this at 3 in the morning. And
That's
all of a sudden
so
it's like,
weird, dude.
Click. Whoa, shit.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so needless to say, I woke Mom and Dad up, and my dad's like, oh shit, and my mom's, she's losing her mind and everything because she thinks I'm going to disown them and everything. And, I mean, I love my mama with every bone in my body. I love my dad. I miss my dad something terrible. I talk to my dad every day for the last 10 years. But, I lost that. But I'll see him again sometime. But that's always been mom and dad. And
Hey,
that's
man,
mom and
it
dad.
didn't bother you that much, then there you go, dude. If so, you
Yeah.
go like, I mean, I understand being curious about your real parents. I wouldn't know what it's like, and I feel like you wouldn't know what it's like unless you went through it. There's a couple people in the chat here saying that someone said their partner just found out they were adopted when they were 24. Got a couple other people in here who were adopted and found out later. I like to, in my head, I'm just like, I feel like I wouldn't care because I'm not that close. I'm not close with my parents now,
Yeah.
but I feel like you could never know unless it happened to you. You can't really know what you would do.
My wife actually tracked down my birth mother because on my original birth certificate it said mother blank blank blank. I'm not going to put her name out there. Father unknown. And from what I'd heard through the grapevine, my bio dad, if you will, was a drunk and a wife beater, and I don't need that. in my life,
Yeah.
man.
Why would you want to
But yeah,
know
exactly.
that, dude?
But anyway, my wife tracked down my biological mother about 6 going on 7 years ago, and basically she didn't want to have any kind of conversation with me or any kind of contact. I'm like, okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah, there we go. It's fun.
I lost that much sleep over it, and and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
It's
man.
funny how you get where you are in
I think
life.
it's different for everybody, man. Maybe there's some people who get curious and some people want to know. I feel like I wouldn't want to turn over that rock. I just wouldn't want to know. I would be like, but also, dude, they say curiosity. I'm a pretty curious motherfucker, right? I'm curious about stuff, but not everything.
Yeah.
When I look at something and I in my head, because I know some people can't help themselves, they can't help but push the button.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've never had that. I make jokes like, oh, if I see a button that says don't push, I'm gonna push it. That's actually not true. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I look at something and go like, I'd rather not open that door because I don't know what's gonna be behind it. Like in my own head, I'll be like, I'm just gonna leave it closed.
Yeah.
And I won't lose
We're
no
gonna
sleep
take-
over it.
Yeah, we're going to take this one on faith and just roll with it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for me to do that.
Yeah.
I can. I don't know if that's compartmentalization or coping or what that is, but I think that there are plenty of doors in your mind that it's okay if they're shut. You should know yourself, and I think that part of knowing yourself is knowing what doors not to open on a regular basis.
Well, this is something that me and my wife had talked about, at length for a time, and because it's something that really interested her, and it's something where she's always like, well, what if? Well, what about this? Well, what about this? And here's the way I look at it, just short, sweet, and simple. I wound up where I needed to be, where the universe decided to place me, and I'm good with that. And we were not well off, when I was growing up. I was an only child. I was adopted. My folks were both, my dad was a truck driver. My mom was a tool and die maker. And, my dad worked nights my entire life, as a kid up until when he retired. My mom, she worked 12-hour shifts. So, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents whenever I was a kid and everything. But the thing is, what I took from that and what that contributed to making me as far as what I believe in my outlook on life and everything, I wouldn't trade that for the world. And, what I learned from my dad, my mom, my grandfather, that's something that means a lot. That's who I am. And I hope I've done a half-assed decent job of being able to pass that down to my kids and everything. If my kids see this, hey, I'm sorry. I know, I'm embarrassing you right now. This is your time to shine, kids.
Oh, well, look at that, dude. It gave us. How'd that happen?
I think it's from the thumbs up.
Is
I'm
it
not
really?
sure. I don't know.
Do it again.
I didn't, there it is. I didn't know that. What the fuck is that, dude?
That's awesome.
Dr. Girlfriend, are you ever going to tell your daughters that they're adopted?
They're not adopted.
Oh, they don't. They're not watching this.
They look just.
Oh, fuck, okay.
They look just like me.
That's freaking. So what you said about that, man, I'm not trying to get too deep here, but this always happens. I got a couple beers in me. It's always time to have some deep cuts. What you said about being thankful for the experiences that you went through and being, and going like, this is how I got here. Good, bad, ugly, great, horrible. Where I'm standing right now is a pretty good place, so I'm okay with it. That's something I've been thinking a lot about lately. And we live in a time and place right now where mental health is such a huge deal.
Yeah.
and it's so messed up, man. And I don't know, man. And I don't agree with everything she said, but I listened to this lady talk about, a lot about how mental health is forced down the throats of children.
Yeah.
Instead of just basically letting them suck it up. And I hate to say that because, listening to people is important, listening to them is important.
Yeah.
But forcing this down the throat of touchy-feely, everything you think matters, instead of just sucking it up and knowing that you're building a foundation of character to stand on one day.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. I don't fucking have kids, and I don't plan on having kids. I'm 40 years old now. I think my time has passed unless I have an accident. I mean, so I'll never know what that's like. I assume that you raised your kids with a pretty firm hand, but you're not an asshole, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, okay. Me and the wife unit, when we first got together, we first started dating, we had this conversation like on day 2.
Thank you, Corey Puckett. We appreciate you, man.
We're basically like, no, we don't want kids. They're loud, they're messy, they're smelly, they're expensive. Hell no, we don't want kids. And well, then guess what? A year later, hey, guess what? We're going to have a kid. It's like, oh shit! Now I got to grow up and be an adult. Damn it!
Then you, of course, you made a Marine, and one of them in the
We
Marines.
made a compact Marine. She's 5 foot nothing in her socks. But it was funny. Whenever she graduated boot at PI at Paris Island, whenever they finally released him and everything, we're back at the car, and my wife's like, "Hey, just out of curiosity, how in the hell did you climb up that 10-foot tall, barricade wall on the obstacle course?" She's like, "I found the nail holes and hooked my toes into it." And I mean, I'm not going to put this out there right now and everything, but this is pretty damn hilarious because I've got pictures of my daughter in boot camp at Paris Island and everything. They had to give her a M4 carbine because the stock on a standard issue M16 was too damn long. She had to have a kitty rifle.
Oh,
and it's
dude!
Awesome. Watching, I mean, if you look at her group picture from her boot graduation from her training platoon and everything, it's like head, midget, head. It's like, yep, that one's mine.
All right, we're calling Bueller because it's his birthday. Or actually, I'm calling Colleen because I can't find his number.
It was his birthday.
Yeah,
How
it's
I
his birthday
today?
We'll give him a thumbs up. We'll put it.
I think he's ashamed.
Hey, Colleen.
Hi.
We're on a live stream right now, so we called to wish Jack a happy birthday. And I couldn't find his number, so I had to call you instead.
Happy birthday, Jack. He's actually watching your live stream.
Oh, is he in the? I didn't even see if he was actually in the chat. Anyway, hey, how's this for Inception? Happy birthday, Jack. We love you.
Happy
You don't
birthday,
get to
Jack.
sing to him.
You want to? You're
You
gonna
didn't
sing
tell
it?
me earlier
Happy
today when I
birthday.
saw
Well,
you like
get
an
on it.
asshole.
Yeah,
So
all right.
here you go.
No, you're the one who wanted to do it. All
Bueller,
right.
it's happy birthday. I'm really glad you came. Happy birthday from the Prep Star Gang.
They sang me that song at the strip club one time in the private room. Yeah, I didn't after I came though, I didn't really care about the song anymore. I just wanted to go home. All right, love you guys. We'll see y'all soon.
Love you. All right, bye.
Bye. Happy birthday, Jack.
Yeah, happy hatching day, Jack.
Yeah, right. You weren't born. 2 boxcars bumped together and you fell out of hobo's ass. Yeah, Bob, man, I got Joe to laugh at one, dude. That's a Joe line, dude.
Right? Truth be told, I'm my wife's greatest shame because we're both from the same hometown, but she sounds like the most plain, vanilla, nondescript person that you'll ever come across and everything. Me, on the other hand, I'm bumpkin as hell, and I ain't ever denied it. I ain't ever going to deny it, and sorry, is what it is. And she hates it. She really does. She loves me. She cares about. Well, I think she loves me. I mean, I haven't.
How long have you been married?
20. Well. Yeah, about that long. No, we've been together for 27 years and counting now, and that's been 27 years of tolerance and servitude. We don't call it our anniversary; it's Happy Toleration Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He gets to that point
Oh yeah. Well, there's been so many times we've wanted to freaking kill each other and everything. We're like, no, wait a minute, we don't want to go to jail. So.
That's true.
That's why I never tried out the marriage thing. I hear you should always try it once just to see what it's like.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's why I'm missing the camp out here next week because,
I'm just trying.
well,
Divorce.
my mildly retarded adoptive godson has decided he's wanted to embark on this great social experiment called marriage. And as much as me and his dad have tried to talk him out of this most egregious and grievous error, he insists on going forward with this. And I got stuck because he invited me, and he's like, man, it would mean a lot to me if you...
Oh, he hit you with that one?
Yeah. And
You can't say no to it. It would mean a lot.
way back, I love this little nerd to death. I really do. And, you know, he's like family to us. And, you know, his whole family is family to us. I mean, we're real tight with him from when we were living in Tennessee. You know, he used to date my daughter for a long period of time back when they were in high school and stupider. But they're still no stupid, but that's when they were stupider. But, you know, I can't bounce on him and leave him hanging like that.
No, of course not, man. Yeah, because you're a good dude.
Well, I'm also that, you know, I got enough asshole in me to make it interesting and everything, because I'll probably be the redneck in the back and everything, holding up a sign going, don't do it! But...
Foxglove's in the chat. You know, you'll have to, now you're taking my word for it.
Hi, Shelly.
I was going to call you to come over, and I didn't call you because I knew you'd say yes, and this sounds so stupid. I didn't want to make you drive like an hour and a half to get here.
I told him you would do it.
I know you would. That's why I was like, I was sitting here going like, oh, I'm going to call Foxglove and tell her to come over and hang out. But I was like, dude, I don't want to freaking make you drive so far. I know. I got decision paralysis, and then I didn't do it because I felt bad. Because I'm like, you come. Then it's an hour and drive home too. It's far, dude. Like we don't. It seems like we moved. It's like we moved 10 miles away from where we used to live before, but it seems like it might as well be the world away sometimes. You know what I mean? Because the way you get here, all right. So I think it's like 14 or 15 miles from where we lived before. It's right around the Ride
about
Factory.
15, yeah.
Yeah. But 10 of those miles are off the interstate.
Yeah.
So you get about 5 miles on the interstate or the toll road, and then the rest of it is off of that, and it's a stoplight city, so it feels like it's much farther away.
Slight sidebar here. Beezer the Biker. Homeboy says you could win a George Lucas lookalike contest. That cuts me to the bone, okay? I mean, have you looked that hard at the father of Star Wars here lately? That man is so white, he's got to be like 88 years old, okay? I am not there yet, all right? I got some time.
Dude, you know what? I think you just got the hair. And that's it. And that's it, dude. George Lucas also has no chin. And you got a chin on you.
George Lucas has got that permafro thing going.
I'm sorry, Foxlove. I should have just called. I don't know. Like I said, I felt like if I was going to invite you over, that I wanted it to be a better night than just making you participate in Shade Tree Surgeon's labor camp for wayward girls, which I know you're always a happy participant of. You love to come here and do free labor in my sweatshop. But I was like, all right, if I'm going to make you drive an hour and a half, I want it to be like a little bit of a better day. And I made Dr. Girlfriend sit in traffic for it.
This is crazy. And I don't even live that far away. It took me 30 minutes, and it's a 15-minute drive.
You can ask any questions you want. Whether I answer them or not that's the real one right here. So I forgot to do a chat read on Sterling. My man Sterling, Solid Gold Sterling, asked if you eat pickles. He's asking for a friend.
Do I eat pickles?
Yeah, do you like pickles?
I love pickles.
He always is donating chat money for pickles. I love pickles too, man.
I like bread and
pickle
butter
fanatic.
pickles and garlic pickles. And I also like the dill pickles.
I'm a big dill man. So we sat down and we did the kind of the schedule of events for the camp out today. We're gonna do Mexican street corn. I know I'm talking about this in front of Joe. He ain't gonna be there. It sucks. We're gonna do a Mexican street corn. I'm gonna do hot dogs. because I'm not going to be in charge of all the food this time. I ain't fucking doing it again. So that's but I picked 2 meals or 3. I picked 3 meals that I'm gonna be in charge of. Yeah, I picked 3 meals, and so Thursday I'm gonna do a seafood boil. We always do at this point for the past 3 campouts. Thursday night we do a seafood boil because it's it's the most expensive meal to do, but it's the least amount of people that are there. So it's like a fun thing to do for everybody who shows up on Thursday. Yeah, so Thursday we're doing a seafood boil.
Everybody loves some mud bugs.
Yeah, and then I'm not cooking any food on Friday, and then Saturday I'm doing lunch. So I'm gonna do hot dogs. I really wanted to get a hot dog cart, and I'm going to get one. Keep your eyes open, chat. If anyone knows of a hot dog cart for the right price, good price. Right now, a decent hot dog cart goes from about $2,500 to $3,500. Like, they ain't free. They cost money. But I want a hot dog cart, but a small one, because I want to pull it with the gold wing.
And we need to call it the Wiener Wagon.
The Wiener Wagon, dude. But I'm freaking, we're doing elotes. Or I don't know how to say it in Mexican, Spanish, whatever. Elotes, that's what I said. Elotes?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Pete. I'm going to have to catch next trip, brother. I'm stuck on this, dude. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, anyone can get their package handled by Dr. Girlfriend right now, man. You just gotta order something. I was like, dude, we're packing them live. If you order something from brapstar.com, who can put Loose Juice or Foxglove can leave a link down there because they're moderators. We're packing orders right. That's something I'll show you guys here. That's what we don't have the wide angle over here, but that's what Dr. Girlfriend's doing over there. That wasn't about your butt. I swear, I promise. Although, I mean, it can be, I guess. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're packing them live. So yeah, I want a hot dog cart, but I'm not going to get it this year because I don't have $2,500 to spend on a hot dog cart. So maybe by next camp out. Maybe if everyone buys a sticker, we could get a hot dog cart. If you guys sell out the Brapstar store, we would have enough money to get a hot dog cart. But don't do that. Don't overstretch yourselves. But keep an eye out for a hot dog cart. It's got to be a small one because some of them are big. It's got to be aluminum, so it's going to be a more expensive one. You know.
Light, small.
Yeah.
To tow all your wieners.
Corey Puckett, you ordered on 2/14. Shay is slacking. Shay is almost dead on the couch. She's definitely slacking. She's very sick. No. He's just saying he ain't got his order yet. If you did,
people have been emailing me, and I'm like, what day is it?
yeah, she's sick, dude. They're going. Hey, let me show you. So everyone who's made an order and hasn't gotten it yet, it's happening. Shay got real sick. We were moving. We're getting them out. I promise.
Just a heads up, Jeffrey Grifting, whenever his son gets older, bring him to the camp out. Dude, hey, bring him now, okay? I mean, these are the formative years, okay? If you want to screw them up good, start now, okay? We tried with our children, okay? And they turned out, I've got to bang my own drum here, but they turned out pretty much okay. And I kind of feel like
we're going to do different events. We are, due to advice from the lawyer, is going to have to do a 16 and up. And it sucks, but
For what?
to the camp out 16 and up, that is
That makes sense.
the lawyer's advice. And the problem was last year is just there was we've always allowed all ages, but last year there were so many like 9-year-olds.
Yeah, there was a bunch of littles out there.
That
I remember
was
that.
I mean there was like a pack of feral children.
They were cute. They were cute.
And I'm like, I feel like, if you just give them some pointy sticks, we were just a freaking stub toe away from Lord of the Flies. It was freaking, but, and it was fun. Nothing bad happened. It was great. Nobody got hurt. Nothing happened. But, under the advice of their lawyers to protect themselves, they've said, you need to make this a 16 and up event. Yeah. Because there's no there's no oversight for it. You know, there's no one there going like, let's, you know what I mean? Like, there's no facilities for kids. There's nothing there is kid friendly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a kid couldn't survive, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they obviously were fine, but you know.
Well, my kids grew up in a motorcycle shop, so.
Yeah.
You know, the hell am I talking about? I half-assed grew up in a motorcycle shop.
All right, Jeffrey G. Let's see what Jeffrey G ordered. We'll call out everybody's order right here. Jeffrey G's package is about to be handled by Dr. Girlfriend. He ordered a koozie. It's not pee. It's different. Which I always meant to promote those, and I just never did. We have cans of Squirt. I was gonna I had this idea for like a video, you know, of like putting it in there and. And then I just never did it because I suck.
I'm not going to comment on that because as far as my mama knows, I'm a good Christian boy, and she needs to keep believing that.
So, Jeremy G, it's going in, dude. Oh, I don't want, not Jeremy, Jeffrey Griffin. I don't know. I can't say no. I can say somebody's name, dude.
Corey Puckett, I totally agree with you, brother. I mean, born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. Yes, we have survived.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's you know, I've been thinking a lot about it lately because there's so many people that are in my peer group, which is born in the 80s, like early 80s, grew up basically in the 90s. Like I graduated high school in the 90s, so it's like, yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm 27, right? Forgot.
You're 27.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Which is crazy. I can't believe you had children so young. Which you did actually have. You're actually pretty young.
I did start young.
$500 for the hot dog cart.
500 bucks.
I don't. If you find a $500 hot dog cart, let me know, man.
Yeah, no lie, man. I mean, we'll bleach the shit out of that thing.
Neil M. Pill 30 boys. Neil M. says is commanding you to get better, Shay.
I'm trying.
You don't sound very convincing.
Lifer Nav 33. Welcome, wizard. And my man Sterling Wheel, of course. Sterling Wheel, dude. That dude's fucking solid gold. What a good dude, man. What a good dude. Yeah, so early 80s, grew up in the night. Me, Dr. Girlfriend, and Foxglove are all around the same age. And then Joe's you're only a few years younger, older
47.
than me. You're 47. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe more than a few years, but not more than several.
Well, you're my wife's 42. So
Okay,
I mean, you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
are like neck and neck.
I'm not there yet.
It's a weird place to exist in, man. And so like the 1980 to 1984 kids, which is where I exist and a lot of my friends exist in such a weird time zone where, you know, depending on what you read, you're either Gen X or a millennial. Yeah. You know?
I'm so confused.
Yeah, which it's like, I don't care anyway, because it's like, that's just some label shit, you know? And when they made millennial into a bad word, I was like, well, I'm going to start saying Gen X, because this one says that. You know what I mean? It really doesn't fucking matter. I was like,
I think for both.
it depending on what you, some of them say Gen X ends in like 1977, and some of them say like 1986. I don't fucking know, dude. I was raised by a World War II veteran, you know, so I'm like, one of those things where you're like, oh, you don't remember that? I'm like, dude, I was raised by a guy who remembered seeing his first car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He remembers the first time he saw a car.
Yeah.
You know, we're not that. You know, it's kind of a weird. It's a weird thing because that's a lot of the in. It's not like that was a big thing he talked about, but you got to imagine like when you think about the person who raised you. How old were your parents? What years were they born?
They were born in 42. They were both born in 42.
Okay.
My mom's birthday is next month. She'll be 82. But
I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather was born in 1921.
Yeah.
And so was my dad. My dad was born in 1922 or something. He was the same age as my grandfather. I didn't meet him until I was older. Anyway, it's just freaking weird, dude. Everyone loves to talk shit about the younger generation. They do. They love to talk shit about them. I'm like, it's fine, dude. They're not that bad.
Hey, bro, there's a lot of times it's warranted, okay?
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong, but there's always good ones. You know, they just got to rise above the chaff. You know.
True, but the thing is, the stupid tends to stand out so much more prominently than the people that
easy
are
to see.
actually doing good and being productive.
You're not wrong on that, man. You're not wrong, dude.
I've never looked at a Tide Pod and thought, damn, I'm hungry, you know?
Shay had a good one for that. What was that you said, Shay?
What?
About Tide Pods?
What about Tide Pods?
All right, I'll say it for her. Shay goes, can you believe that the generation that washed our mouths out with soap is bitching about kids eating Tide Pods?
That's so true.
I was like, Matt, well,
It
you
ain't
got
wrong.
him, dude.
It ain't wrong.
Did you ever get your mouth washed up?
You with soap? Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I called my mom a bitch.
Oh, man.
Washed my mouth out with soap.
It was only one time. So it only, I only remember it one time. And I remember it very vividly because it was a weird experience. It's something you always hear about. It's like a trope in
Yeah.
movies and cartoons, like, or a threat, you know. And I think that when my grandmother did it, who was certified insane,
Yeah.
just schizophrenic. I don't think she'd ever done it before. It was a bar of soap, and I remember like I was doing something, and we cursed. We'd all she was all over the place, you know. So she would be like, one day you get your ass beat for fucking sneezing.
Yeah.
The next day, you know, we're allowed to shoot off fireworks in the house.
Yeah.
You know, there's no rhyme or reason to anything. And so I remember one day she was like, "I'm gonna wash your mouth out with soap," and it was like this crazy struggle because, you know, I must have been like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm a boy. I'm old enough where it's like, you know, I can fucking fight back, dude, and I'm
Yeah.
not used to being
Yeah.
like handled by
you
someone.
used to
I'm
be
like,
manhandled.
what's happening, dude?
Yeah.
I remember like fighting, and like she's like smashing it at my. It was like a really strange, weird experience. And then afterwards, everyone's just like sweating and breathing hard. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I just got attacked.
Yeah.
And got my face beat with a piece of soap. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't really wash it out. She just, like, hit me in the teeth with it a bunch of times.
No,
It was fucking
never,
weird, dude.
I never did that one.
What did you say?
Well, shit like that, I could tell stories all day long about that. Shit like that happened all the time. So nothing.
My grandpa and my grandma on my mom's side, they came from a very, very dedicated, Southern Baptist background. And, yeah, well, fun little factoid about me that most people don't know, and it blows most folks' mind. I went to a Christian academy until 5th grade in school.
Oh, dude, same
Yeah.
here. No wonder we get along, man.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too. No,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I was telling.
Oh, dang, you went to come over
cool.
here.
Because I used to write in my Bible and pass notes in chapel.
Oh, sweet. So we're all recovering sinners. I get that.
Dude, you wrote in the Bible?
I did.
For shame, dude.
They were naughty.
1,000 years dungeon, straight to hell.
I repent.
What'd you write in there?
I can't tell.
You can't tell still? Damn, that Catholic guilt runs deep, baby.
Ooh, that's
I
harsh.
probably still,
But
I
no,
probably still have it actually.
I never got my mouth washed out with soap or anything. But I did have to go through the whole psychological game of having to go get a switch for grandma.
Oh, picking out your own stick.
Yeah, because man, that's a mind fuck. Because you know,
Right, you gotta pick the right one.
The first time you ever get your ass paddled like that and everything, you're like, "What? I got you a switch." I mean, it's a twig. It's like this damn long.
Right,
It's like,
right.
no. And that just pissed her off. But no, I mean, I love my grandma to death. She was a very small woman. She was 4'7". She was a midget almost. But
You're literally Kung Fu Panda, Joe.
pretty much, yeah. But
You're like,
no, man.
what do you
I mean,
mean I'm adopted?
When I was a kid, I had to do the whole, go get me a switch thing. I'm like, God, because you're in a time crunch, and then also it's like, well, if I grab that one, I'm gonna get in worse trouble because it ain't gonna get the job done. If I grab that one, I'm gonna be scarred.
I don't. It sounds. I mean, it really, honestly, is a character building experience. Like, I've got to say, like picking out your own switch.
Dude,
I
that's-
honestly think, because I'm like, dude, fucking spank your kids. I don't
hard
have
to
kids,
find
but
a
I'll
happy
vote for that
medium
one.
for, man.
Right? It's a good character building experience to be like, I fucked up,
Yeah.
and now I have to choose my own path. It's like a really fucking crazy thing to go through as a kid.
Yeah.
To like learn about consequences, actions, and consequences.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. But I mean, well, like my daughter, whenever she first started driving, you know, I bought her a BMW 328, and I put some time into it and everything. Fixed her
Thanks,
up.
Bronco. I
Had a
appreciate
slick
you,
ass
man.
car for her first car and everything. And my daughter was a very quiet, very nerdy band kid. I ain't gonna lie. And baby, I love you. I'm sorry if you were. You still are.
What
But
instrument you
were.
play?
Flute, piccolo, guitar,
Oh,
alto
okay, she's a
sax,
nerd,
trumpet.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me and Amanda were both band nerds. We both played trumpet, so. But anyway, you know, everybody gets into a wreck when they're a teenager, or not long after they start driving, one way or the other. You know, it's just like with bikes. You know, it's not
Yeah.
a matter of if you're going to crash.
It's gonna
it's
happen,
when.
sure.
Yeah, it happens. Well, anyway, you know, she made an error in judgment. It was an honest mistake on her part. She just didn't realize that she was as close as she was to the car in front of her, and she ended up rear-ended the back of it was like a GMC Envoy or something.
Right.
Well, me being the asshole that I am, on the way home from work that day, after, you know, we'd already got the car back to the house and everything, I go by Dollar Tree and I get one of those get well soon balloons and I hang it on the rear view mirror. And then I post a picture on Facebook and everything. And, oh, man. If looks could kill, I would have been a little pile of goo in the floor. I mean, yeah.
Dude,
She was mad. She was short mad. And you know what short mad is. That's bad mad when they're short mad.
oh no, dude, that's so good.
But,
All right, let me call out some people, man. My man, we got John H. and Michael C. My man, John Hendricks, any relation? Ordered an XL Wizard. I didn't even know we had any XL Wizard shirts left. He ordered a green XL Wizard shirt. I didn't know we had any of those. That had to have been the last one. I think. Let me check and see if there's any more. I thought we were completely out of XLs. Thank you, my man over there. So, and then we also have. Wait, how to get that other one up? My man Michael Cook got the OG Shade Tree Surgeon logo T-shirt in large. I didn't know we had any large. Y'all freaking picking some deep cuts, dude. That I didn't even know we had any. I thought we were sold out of all those. And these are, by the way, can you pull a couple of these shirts up here and show them off? There, Dr. G. I appreciate you. I know you got to go. Oh shoot, it's past time. Are you sure? I won't get you in trouble.
I can't get in trouble by my kids.
You got? Oh, I don't know. You seem like the kind of person who gets in trouble from her kids.
I do.
That's how it always goes,
what are we
dude.
going to do? Ground you?
Yeah. All right, we got so each one of these shirts. There's like one or two of them that are in stock, and some of them are already sold out. So whenever we order more, like if you pre-ordered it, that's awesome. I appreciate you. And but if you didn't, we put like one or two extras of each thing. So if you want one, now's the time to get one. I like it in what is your favorite one? Which one do you like the most?
I like the one, the red one, and small.
The Raglan?
Yeah.
Take one of those. Let me take it off the website and you take it with you. So if you wanted a small, you know you can't now.
Can't. There's only two.
The Ringer?
There's this one.
All right, I'm going to take that off the website right now. Is that a small?
Yeah.
Lucky for me, not a section I shop in.
Here, I'll try it on.
Yeah, try it on. Make sure it's going to fit all right.
I'm gonna make it a crop top.
Oh, hell yeah. Too bad there's no not too bad. Of course there's no OnlyFans. Oh, that's super. Yeah, that would be really cute as a
I
crop
don't know
top.
if I like the white one though.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, try on a different one. See if you like that one instead.
I like all black.
I think we got a couple Too Trash to Thrash left. I'm not sure. I can share the link. Dude, I suck at this, dude. I'm not a good internet. Dude, I suck at it, man.
What other ones do you have it in red too?
Soda Can Rider. We'll eventually do a zip hoodie. But you like that one better? Did you
like
try it
this
on
one
though?
Wait, is this
Is it small?
yeah.
We'll eventually do a zip hoodie, and we did a zip. We got a windbreaker, but yeah, we can't. It's too late in the year to do another hoodie. You know what? That's cool because you are the model for the other raglan.
Am I?
Yeah, for the Down with My Demons. You're the model picture for it. Yeah.
I don't remember what I did.
yeah. We go on Brapstar. Well, you're a few of them.
Am I?
Yeah, but you're definitely that one. You appear on the Brapstar website several times. When we do Brapstar thongs, are you gonna model one?
They have to be the right size.
They have to be the right size. All right, we'll get one made just for you. One of one.
And they have to be tan.
Yep. Now we're getting a lot of steps. I don't know.
People
We'll
talking
work
about
it out,
buying
dude. We
hoodies
gotta
and
get
everything.
that.
This time of year, you're gonna have people dropping like flies.
I just get a can of orange spray paint.
No, it's gonna be real from the sun.
Oh no, you don't spray tan?
No.
Damn, dude, she said no with a stank ass face. I was a no, dude.
In Florida, I am by the water. When it is summertime, I am by the water 3 days a week.
It's gonna be Captain Dr. Girlfriend here pretty soon.
Captain,
All right, if you're out there,
should you salute?
come on in. If you're out there and you wanted to come to Florida and go on a fishing charter, and Dr. Girlfriend was gonna take you out on a boat and take you fishing, deep sea fishing, flats fishing. What do you like? You like deep sea or flats better?
I like deep sea.
Yeah, deep sea.
Flat's not bad.
I like flat. It's relaxing. I like to go flats fishing by myself.
Yeah,
It's something I like to do
peaceful.
alone.
Yeah.
Right. I would do it with somebody too, like a good friend. or
Deep
something
sea
like that.
fishing's fun.
Deep
though.
sea fishing's a party, dude. It's time to get
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you got to ride out there, dude. You got an
Yeah.
hour ride to fucking smash some beers.
Yep.
And also, like when you go deep sea fishing, it's not you're catching. It's like as soon as it hits the bottom, dude. It's a war zone
You
out
get
there.
seasick, you throw up, you chum in the water. You're catching fish. you're bound to catch something. But yes, Captain.
When was the last time you went fishing, Joe?
Shit, bro, I ain't drowned bait since I moved down here.
Well, we'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
So you don't. Have you never been saltwater fishing?
I've been deep sea fishing. I call it 1.5 times. Whenever we were still living in Arkansas, we came down here a couple times and everything on vacay, and with friends and family and everything. And we did the whole tourist thing. We went out on a charter boat for like 4 or 5 hours and everything. Deckhand Kevin, if you're out there, dude.
Real
hey,
quick, Mad
you were
Yankee.
awesome.
Mad Yankee says, "I'd love to buy some swag, but I spent all my spending cash to get the Forgotten Angels." Don't overspend yourself, man. We love you, brother. I'm so excited that you're coming down again. I'm excited to hang out with you. Mad Yankee's a really fucking good dude. He's weird as fuck, and I like him a lot.
It's all
Anyway,
good.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just
No.
want to
No, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
No, but I mean, we caught some fish, and we're like, oh, hey, look, picture, but that was about that,
Yeah. The deep sea fishing thing is we've been a bunch, but it's more like it's a weird thing because I like flats fishing because it's relaxing,
Yeah,
and it's like cool. It's quiet,
yeah,
and especially since I don't work a normal job, so I can go out like
right.
Tuesday at 11:30.
Well, it's like when we were still living in Arkansas. You're talking about relaxing and quiet. I mean, dude, we would go out on the boat and we'd anchor out in the navigation channel of Arkansas River, and we'd throw out a bunch of lines and everything,
Yeah.
and just lock the boat down, and we'd sit out there at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and everything, and just pitch black, total dead silence and everything.
Yeah.
And you'd hit them pretty good doing that. And striper season, whenever we would go up to the Beaver Lake tailwater in northwest Arkansas, that is the lowest effort fishing I've ever done in my life. Because you literally put the boat in gear and let it idle, throw like a number 3 or number 4 spoon plug off the side of the boat and let it trail out behind you, and you just loosen up the drag on your rod, and you're sitting here and you're cooking shit on the grill and you're drinking a beer and whatever, bullshitting with your buddy. About 30 seconds later, twink, 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 oh, fish on. Bump it up,
Right.
roll it up. Ooh, big ass striper there. The last time that we went up to Beaverama, we limited out in it was insane, man. There was 4 of us in the boat, and we limited out in 45 minutes.
Damn.
And we're pulling them up out of live well no, that's bigger. Throw his ass back. And yeah, I mean it's crazy.
Well, we'll get you out here pretty soon, man.
You get 11, I get 12.
Because you're off on Mondays.
Sunday and Monday.
Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
So we'll go out on Monday, man. When's Amanda off too?
She's right now with her schedule being what it is, we got Sundays on lock. Monday it's kind of a no go. But
I mean, you and I can go fishing. I just don't want to piss me.
no.
I know she won't. I know she'd be happy that you went out.
I don't want to make her mad, okay?
Yeah.
Because I got to go home and sleep with her, okay?
Yeah. Right. I just get to hear about it later.
She's got a key to the gun cabinet, all right? I mean, no, do not anger that woman. I mean, you know, I make it out to sound like she's mean and she's a holy terror. Well, she is, yeah. But she's got a sweet side. She does.
Right. You just got to look for it.
Really?
No,
really,
I'm just kidding.
really
No,
hard.
Amanda's amazing. Amanda's great, dude.
The only thing saving my ass right now is I know she's at work right now and she's not watching this.
Where is she?
Is she time theft in the workplace? No, she's good at her job. I have anytime I've had a real job, which is I never try to have one. I've always, dude, I've just my entire life I have worked 7 days a week, so I didn't have a real job.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily recommend it.
Yeah.
But I've worked real hard to not have a real job, way harder than I would if I just got a fucking 9 to 5. But anytime I did have a 9 to 5, I really tried to always practice a little time theft in the workplace.
Yeah.
Like one for you, one for me, boss.
I was in between motorcycle shops for a brief period of time in high school, and I worked at a Little Caesars Pizza for 4 hours.
Ouch.
Yeah, I didn't even make lunch, dude.
Oh no, dude. I know you got me beat. I did a 1 day. My worst one was UPS.
Oh wow.
1 day. I did 1 day, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
It was it was during Christmas.
Yeah.
When they hire extra people,
Yeah.
and I went. I did 1 day, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I used to sell shoes.
You used to sell shoes?
Yeah.
You could still be a shoe salesman? Oh wait, did you put them on
I did.
anyone? You
lot
put them
of
on
people.
people's feet?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them I didn't know.
Is it women's shoes?
Men and women.
Oh, I don't like the men part. Busted Nux is a time thief. I love him, dude. He's always like at his job, fucking on the premieres and stuff
Yeah.
like that, dude.
Yeah.
Still, hey, dude, if you're working for somebody else, take a minute for yourself, okay?
Right.
On the
You know, on the clock, take one for yourself. I say, if anybody gives you shit, tell them I said it's all right.
It's a state law, okay? Poop at work, folks. Do it
Right,
on the clock.
Two
Don't clock out for
15-minute
that.
breaks.
Yeah, hold it, dude. If you got a shit in the morning, hold it till you get to work, okay? The problem is when you're trying to waste time in the bathroom, right, at work, and you're just trying to fucking hang out and be on your phone. There's some real shitters in there. You know what I mean? Like you're over there, like, yo, I'm just trying to fucking scroll through Instagram and fucking leave some hearts on some butts here, and there's some real shitters in this motherfucker. Fucking stinking up the joint.
Well, it's
fucking
like
up
if
the
you,
whole
go to,
program.
if you go to use the restroom in Walmart and everything, half the time whenever you walk in there, it sounds like somebody's in there field dressing a moose. It's like, oh God, no.
That's always the air.
No.
That's always the airport, dude. I fucking have never heard more farts in my life than in an airport bathroom.
Because they hold it all in.
Dude, you fucking go to airport bathroom, dude. It's like somebody's playing taps. Dude, it's just out of the ass, and you're just like, flap, flap. I'm just like, God damn, dude, this is fucking. Human beings are gross. Like, everyone's just off the plane, just knocking farts, taking shits, pissing everywhere. I'm like, God damn, dude, we are a brutal monkey. We are brutal, disgusting monkeys. And we chimp out in bathrooms. That's where we do it the worst, man. That's where a monkey comes out the worst.
Bathrooms and the condiment bar at the hot dog stand at Circle K.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
Gross.
This is what broke me from buying hot dogs at the Circle K up the road from my house, okay? I was in there one night and I was getting gas and I kind of had the munchies and my wife was working late and I didn't feel like cooking because I was lazy like that. Still am. And I was reaching for a hot dog and I see this lady there and she's got her little 7-8-year-old kid with her and everything. And he reaches into the pickle relish with his hand. And he pulls out a handful of pickle relish and slaps it on the hot dog. And I'm like, I don't want a hot dog anymore. I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Everybody's scared to get on a plane.
Well, yeah. I mean, they do fall out of the sky occasionally, and also, let's be honest here. You're talking a very complex machine that's worth multiple millions of dollars and everything, and they're all built by the lowest bidder. Think about that next time you step up to the counter at Delta. But I'm gonna throw a little bit of hate on. I don't want to say their name because I don't want any backlash from it. But they're an economy airline and their airplanes are painted yellow. So we'll leave it at that.
Ooh,
They
Delta,
got
huh?
no. Yeah, she got it. Yeah, but anyway,
Spirit
I'm not what you would call svelte. Okay, I'm a big guy. I take up a lot of real estate, and the thing is, I had to fly in this seat that was engineered for the ass of an 8-year-old boy from California back to Florida. And I mean, I walked with a limp for 2 days when I got back.
I'm
that
telling
shit
you,
was brutal.
those seats are large enough for a full-grown Asian person,
Yeah.
but not you and I, man.
No, not at all. But this is also the same airline that lost our luggage for a week here at the Tampa airport, and they told us they couldn't find it.
I don't mind, dude. I can do the airplane, but I gotta take a pain pill or like a Xanax or something before I get on. And I'll just say that right away, dude. I'm a firm believer in modern medicine and better living through chemicals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And dude, if I get on an airplane, I'm just like, time to pop a fucking hydro and a Xanax, and I'm just gonna time travel.
Yeah,
it's like the plane ride doesn't even happen.
See,
I just
I don't-
wake up in Portland. I'm like, whoa, dude.
Yeah, I don't have that problem, dude. I can fall asleep anywhere at any time.
I cannot.
And
I
Amanda
can't,
hates
dude.
me for that.
That's a
But,
superpower.
dude. I can fall
That's a
asleep in a
superpower.
wheelbarrow. Okay, I say it jokingly, but I can. I will bet money on that shit, and I will win.
That's a superpower, dude. I am jealous of that as well. That's a very cool. Because, dude, so many people too. I struggle with sleep. Do you always fall asleep quick? Like when you lay down, like when you go home? Because you also stay awake very well.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, so you get tired and yawn, I'm not like studying you like you're a fucking chimpanzee in a cage right now, but you know, every once in a while, you know, watch me do a magic trick in front of him. He doesn't even know where. It really amazes him. It's incredible. But every once in a while, I'll notice that you're like, okay, I can tell Joe's tired, but that's very infrequently.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You're always kind of like at the same level.
I'm one of them weird people. If I sleep for more than usually I sleep 5 to 6 hours a night. If I sleep for more than 7 hours, I am a drooling fucking idiot whenever I finally wake up. I mean, I'm stumbling into walls. I can't tie my shoes. Thank God we're in Florida. I got flip-flops everywhere at the house because I need them. I mean, I'm dumber than a 5-pound box of Taiwan-made rubber dog shit at that point. But I mean, that's done.
Philip Champion, thank you. Dr. Girlfriend's about to touch your package. You got a Wanderer shirt. The raglan, not the one that you wore, a different one.
But yeah, man. I mean, you know, I'm a night crawler. I've never been an early morning person, but you know, with Amanda's work schedule and everything, there's been times where I've kind of been forced to because I'll get up with her just where I can spend time with her before she leaves to go to work, and you know, she gets up at like 4:30 in the morning sometimes, depending on what her schedule is, and you know,
4:30 is too early for me.
That's too early.
I'm an early guy though. I like waking up early.
Yeah.
I don't always wake up early, but when I do it, I love it.
Yeah,
So
I'm not a fan.
my best time is if I wake up at 5:30. I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I'll get up at 5:30 and actually get myself, because there's no one with how I make my living, and which is not just, everyone's like, oh, you make your living on YouTube. It's 1,000 different things, man.
Yeah.
YouTube is mostly what we do for fun, and I'm very fortunate that I get to do this. But
Who knows when the next adpocalypse will happen?
yeah, right. You know, you cannot count on YouTube. Anyway, you know, but if I get up at 5:30 in the morning, I'm doing good, dude. I'm on top of it. But it is hard. I don't always want it. Sometimes I'll wake up because I always set my alarm for 5:30 no matter what.
Yeah.
and sometimes I'll look. Sometimes I wake up naturally about like 4:45, 5:15. I'll wake up naturally, but sometimes I don't, and I'll look at when that alarm goes off. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. There's sometimes whenever the alarm goes off and you grab that sumbitch and you throw it across the room and you don't give a damn what it hits when it lands.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, if I sleep more than about 6.5 hours, I start getting kind of stupid. Anything longer than that,
I feel like shit
disoriented.
too, man.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, I'm not one of those people where I don't struggle with falling asleep. You know, once in a blue moon, you know, I may toss and turn a little bit and everything. My wife hates me because she struggles with falling asleep. And, you know.
I do. I'm jealous. I wish I had that talent. That's amazing. Shay falls asleep on the plane.
Dude,
I don't actually. I never sleep on the plane. I think Shay told me I fall asleep once, but trust me, dude, I was on a bar.
You were snoring on the plane last.
Yeah, I know, but I was chemically induced.
Dude, we've been at Disney World before, and we were on the bus going from the resort to one of the parks and everything, and here my bumpkin ass is. You know, so. I mean, literally, I can fall asleep anywhere, but it's a curse at times because it's hard going to the movies with my wife because because I mean,
fall asleep at the movies.
Get
dude.
there in the movie theater, especially the new ones now. You know, they got the big mega recliners and everything where you're just sitting there like that, and you know that it's not like an ice box anymore. They're actually comfortable for the most part. And, you know, you're just sitting there and you're fat and happy and, you know, you got a beer in your hand and next thing you know, she's shaking the shit out of you. Wake up, movie's over, time to go home. Fuck, what happened? The guy died at the end. Oh, okay. So,
a good movie.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's a rough one because.
What was the last movie you watched that you liked? That you really were like, oh, that was a good one. I know Joe's a Disney adult.
The last movie that we went to see in the theaters, if I'm remembering right, was oh crap, that movie Plane with Gerard Butler. You know where he's
I didn't
like
see that one.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. But you know, we got free tickets for something. But the last movie where I was like, ooh, hell yeah, man. I gotta think on that one for a little
There's
bit.
been some stinkers, dude. It's been a bad couple years for movies.
Have you seen the Bob Marley movie yet?
The what?
The Bob Marley movie.
Oh my god, dude! I just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was so good.
Was it?
And no
Was
one's
it?
allowed to say that good movies don't come out anymore.
No, there's always good movies if you find them. I don't know why I would watch it. I'm sure the Bob Marley movie is good. I just like, I don't like
Fuck
reggae.
that shit, dude. Go watch
I
Everything
don't like
Everywhere
reggae at all.
Once.
Like, it's not my music. So
Well,
I'm like, I don't know why I would watch
just,
it.
You know, for like a place marker, but that's about it.
Wasn't he a woman beater?
Bob Marley?
No.
Honestly,
I don't really know a lot about him.
I don't really know anything about him. I just know that he really liked soccer.
I mean, he's a member of the 27 Club, so. Or no. He's
No,
not
I think he
a member
lived
of the
in
27 Club.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I don't really know a lot about Bob Marley.
Yeah.
But I don't like reggae
Yeah.
or ska.
What about
So I'm just like,
I can't do ska.
I'm just like, why would I watch a movie about it? Like
Yeah.
the biggest person in reggae. Like, I just don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
I have nothing against it. I'm sure it's a good movie. I just like, it would do nothing for me, I think.
honestly, the last movie that I saw in the theaters that I really, really got into and everything, it'd have to be Ready Player One.
Nope. It won so
That was
much.
fun, dude. That was a fun movie. We got a Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That was a good one. Coen Brothers. Oh, yeah, I love Coen Brothers, man. And that whole, like, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, that was a good one, man. I watched Asteroid City. I'm a huge Owen Wilson. Yeah, Wes Anderson. Owen Wilson, a lot of his movies, you know, but I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. And on the plane, I watched Asteroid City, and it was so fucking good. Dude.
I just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it was so good.
What's it about?
I just came from the couch to tell you guys about it. It's about everything, everywhere, all at the same time.
Seems like a lot.
It is a lot. It's really good. Highly recommend.
That's gonna fuck up your download speed.
Yeah, it's a busted nugs that's out there. Yeah, some people either go two ways on Wes Anderson because I am a stan for Wes Anderson.
We
don't.
stand in this house.
I do not think that anything he does has sucked. I think that everything he touches is solid fucking gold.
There's things that
You know.
he's done that hasn't been as good as his other work, but nothing.
But so much better than everybody else's shit. Like, Bottle Rocket is not my favorite movie because it was one of his early ones, but it's still so fucking good, you know?
Rushmore.
Rushmore is my favorite Wes Anderson
It's
movie.
so good.
I thought you were saying it was not as good.
No, it's so good.
Yeah. I also think that every movie he's done is better than the last one. I think that every movie he's done is better than the one he did before.
You gotta watch the short story.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Darjeeling Limited.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't. I don't. I'm weird about watching movies. I have to build myself up to it because I'm very critical.
Everyone needs to leave so we can watch a movie.
I'm very critical of movies. So, and this is me thinking. So it's like some people are like, I can't just sit down and watch a movie. Bilbo, could you be a little quieter when you're drinking?
Hello.
Well, I'm.
I love Taika Waititi, man. He's fucking great, dude. Our Flag Means Death is so fucking good.
I don't think I've seen that.
You specifically would love it.
don't
It's
think
on
I've seen
HBO. You got HBO?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Dude, it's Taika Waititi. He did a bunch of new Marvel shit, which I'm not the biggest fan of.
Right.
He did the last couple Thor movies.
Yeah.
Which I did. They were fun, but it was like a little. Anyway, whatever. I'm not trying to get into how much can you fucking psychoanalyze Thor. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? It's a fun, funny movie, you know?
You can eye fuck him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, fucking chill out.
You
Okay.
Hey, you enjoy that. You have fun with that. Okay.
You calm down.
I'm not going to share that sentiment.
You calm down.
Something about a man.
No, shh. No, fucking me and Joe are the peak male physical performance. Get used to it.
Right.
Okay? This
Dude.
Thor guy.
Earlier tonight, you said something about Reba on the radio and everything. Hey, Tremors. I'm just putting that out
Tremors,
there.
no, it's so good, dude.
I used to watch it
Oh
all.
man, dude, I was so scared.
Something old people get.
I was so scared of Tremors. I remember, so everyone loves movies. So you're like, I really love movies. Everyone loves movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's something that happens to everyone. But man, I saw a lot of movies when I was a kid. And we went to the Dollar Theater. It was our babysitter during the summertime. When we weren't at school, my grandma would drop me and my sister off with $5, and we'd see fucking 5 movies.
Yeah.
You know, we spent all fucking day.
Yeah.
I went to the Dollar Theater in Tampa, which if you live here, it was in
The
Britain.
Britain Plaza.
It was not the Britain 8 though. It was the AMC Dollar Theater that was next to Britain 8. It was way shittier. Britain 8 back then was a more expensive theater.
It was $5.
Yeah, which was like $5. That's 5 movies.
Yeah.
At the
Well,
Dollar
then
Theater.
I would just
Yeah.
I would just stay in the movie theater all day and just go watch movies all day.
So that's what we would do too, and it was like our house did. This is also weird too, because AC is not an option in Florida; it's a
Yeah.
necessity.
Yeah.
But which is weird. I'm not really like a big global warming guy, but we didn't have AC
Yeah.
growing up. Like we didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
You went outside when it was during the summer. You fucking went outside. You
We-
you tried to not move under a tree.
Yeah, we didn't have
You
we
know?
didn't have air conditioning in our bedrooms, but we had a very large window unit in our living room and in our kitchen in the house I grew up in.
So I remember when I was a kid, I was always during the summertime. You're just always hot, so you're always looking for something to do
Yeah.
that wasn't hot.
Right.
So there was a bunch of stuff you could do. You go to the mall, the arcade. Well, no, we didn't have an ice skating rink, but it was the mall, the arcade, the swimming pool, and the movie theater.
Yeah.
And so the movie theater, you go there like, I'm just gonna go spend $1, and we'll just be like, be in the air conditioning
Yeah.
for hours, you know.
Yeah, we'd always go down to local swimming spot and everything. We'd either go to like Bluff Hole State Park, or there was a couple other places they're local around where I grew up at and everything. We'd always go to, and that was what you did. I mean, it didn't cost anything. You just had to get up off your ass and pedal down there on a bicycle. And then we got the brilliant idea at Bluff Hole. There's about a 80, 90 foot tall rock bluff on the other side of where the swimming area is. We decided we were going to get cute and take these old shitty yard sale bicycles that we found, and we'd tie a life preserver to them, and we'd drag them up the top, and then we'd ride them off the top and everything. And I'm not going to say that I'm solely responsible for a lot of scrap metal being left there, but I did my fair share.
I remember that, dude. Fucking around with shit like that. I remember with the best day ever, dude. It was like going to the Dairy Queen. Not Dairy Queen. It was what was it called? It was not Bo's. There's two. There's Bo's Ice Cream, Dairy Joy. There was a ice cream shop. There's two ice cream shops in Tampa. There's Bo's Ice Cream and Dairy Joy.
The one that's up there off of.
It was on Manhattan.
Yeah, I know
South
what
Tampa,
you're talking about.
So that was the ice cream shop that I went to growing up. And so it's like you go to the Dairy Joy, and it was always like the same thing. You got ice cream cone dipped in butterscotch. It was a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
And then they would always have junk out back.
Yeah.
Like old TVs. They would have like old TVs that were like had wood, like the wood TVs.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit
the
like
old
that.
cabinet TVs that nobody ever stole because they weighed 700 pounds.
And they didn't care if you went back there. So me and my sister go up there and get ice cream cones and throw rocks at TVs.
Yeah.
And it was like core best memory.
Right.
I remember sitting there like eating an ice cream cone, hurling a rock at a fucking old TV and watching it break and being like, I don't know if it could ever get better than this. It's just the best it's ever gonna get.
Well, I mean, growing up where I grew up at and everything, there was we grew up. I grew up out in the country. We didn't live in town, and we had 5 acres. We had a couple of cows, a couple of horses, chickens. My mom bought geese one time, and that was the most miserable 3 years of my life until we finally killed them off. I mean, them damn things are mean. I mean,
flying snakes, huh?
Oh God, dude. But anyway, we live probably about roughly 5-6 miles outside of town proper, and I mean the road that I lived on, they didn't pave it until I was, I want to say 8-9 years old and everything, and it was still dirt from where our house was up to the main road and everything, about a quarter of a mile. But I mean. We're out there in the middle of the Arkansas River floodplain and everything. So there's a tree here and a tree here. That's about it. You ain't got shit for shade and everything. So hey, let's go swimming. Okay, fine. That was about the best that it got. But the cool thing is back when I was a kid, you could still buy Fireworks mail order, and they would show up on the big brown truck. And that was the best time of the year because you'd get that little stupid thin tissue paper catalog and everything. And, you'd go through and like, I want one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. And then, a week and a half goes by and everything. And it's like, all right, boys, it's time for the bottle rocket war. Let's go.
I love that, dude. It was like that down here because there was fireworks shops everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's in places. If you live in a place where, I don't know, do other places not have that?
Some don't.
There's in Tampa, there's like half a dozen places that are open year round.
Yeah.
That you can buy fireworks.
Yeah, if you're driving through Alabama or Louisiana, I mean, you see them everywhere. I
see them like in the sticks sometimes. And I see them in Nevada. I always see them in Nevada.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 in Arkansas that I can remember. Off of I-40 and everything, and then off of I-59 South. Can't really think of any of them in Oklahoma though.
It's just weird. I've never seen them like I see them in Tampa.
Yeah.
Where they're like on the regular. Dude, they're downtown.
Yeah.
They're like in the regular area. They're not at the outskirts or something. It's just like a regular ass store. Like there's one next to the Seminole Heights Meat Market. It shares a parking lot with a fireworks store.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like in Clarksville, where I was living at in Tennessee before I moved down here. There's a fireworks store that's open actually there's 2 fireworks stores that's open year round right on Fort Campbell Boulevard. I mean, if you're bored at 3, one of them's 24/7, dude.
24-hour fireworks.
Yeah.
Dude, we're in the wrong business, man. I think we need to get into fireworks.
I don't know, dude. I mean, the few times where I've gone into one of those stores, whenever I was living in Tennessee, you know, the guy behind the counter, you know, he always had, you know, like that milky eye, or he'd be missing a couple of digits. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, this isn't a good product testimonial. It's not a good look.
Right. Like, which one what one do you like the best?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't buying that one, motherfucker.
Exactly.
It's like, oh yeah, you got to get the screaming Mimi, dude. It's the best.
Yeah.
And he's like, as only one eye blinks.
Yeah.
You know?
How'd you get your name? How'd you get the nickname Lefty? Oh, yeah. Give me 2 of those.
Blast Star. Thanks, absolutely nobody. That's fucking perfect. I mean, I love blowing shit up, dude. I also we had them when we were kids, but also it was always a fight. It was a fight because half my parental units, me and my grandparents, loved them, and half of them hated them.
Yeah.
And so my grandfather was like, might as well just burn money in the street. He was also very anti-American in a way that only World War II veterans can be.
Yeah.
So if anybody out, and I'm not trying to gatekeep, but if anybody out there has known somebody of that age, he did not like 4th of July, did not like the military. He had, now they call it PTSD.
Yeah.
Back then they called it being shell shocked.
Yeah.
You know, so he just he was drafted and was at Hiroshima and fucking was just in the occupation of Japan.
Yeah.
And so had a very bad time in the military and hated it.
Yeah, that's some
So
rough shit.
was not a fan of America, not a fan of the military. Anyway. So not weird that he hated fireworks.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like burn money in the street. He always just shoot his gun.
Yeah.
He'd be like, here, bang. He'd be like, bang a stick on the pot, and I'll shoot the gun in the ground.
Yeah.
And so that's what he would do. But then other people were like, oh, we'll buy fireworks. We always had.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're literally.
It's a weird thing, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there whose parents were like, why would you buy a firework? Might as well burn $1 in the street.
Yeah, and I can totally relate to that because I got that from my grandfather. I got that from both of my grandfathers. Especially my grandfather on my dad's side. You know, my dad grew up exceptionally poor. You know, I mean, very, very, very poor. My grandmother on my dad's side, she had a dirt floor in her kitchen until I was like 6 or 7 years old, dude. I mean, my dad was in his mid-40s at this point. And, you know, because my folks adopted me when they were 37, I think. But, you know, my dad's in his early to mid-40s and everything before she got an actual wood floor in her kitchen.
Right.
But,
yeah, dirt floor poor, man. That's how my grandparents grew up. I never knew that. I was raised compared to what they went through, I was raised in the lap of fucking luxury.
right?
You know?
Yeah, same here, bro. I mean, I watch my folks struggle, and I watch both of my folks drag ass from coming home from work and everything and being just shot out and tired. And my dad especially, my dad's back was destroyed from, you know, being a career truck driver. And, you know, he drove local warehouse stuff and everything for Whirlpool. So they've got these itty bitty little bobtail trucks that are a single rear axle. They're not tandem axle, you know, trucks. And they're hauling trailers that's got 110, 120,000 pounds worth of cargo in them because in local runs in the warehouse, fun little factoid that most people don't know, they never get scaled. So they will pack everything in these trailers that they can possibly fit in there. And I mean, you might as well just weld the shock solid because it's just,
Shit, dude.
it's like driving Fred Flintstone's car.
Damn, dude.
And I mean, it destroyed his back. I mean, the last 6-8 years that my dad was alive, he shrunk like 2 inches.
Jeez, oh Pete, man. It was always there was never like a regular job for any of my grandparents. They just always had like a grift.
Yeah.
My grandmother never worked. My grandfather would do like odd jobs. He'd 1 week he'd be like building an addition on somebody's house.
Yeah.
And the week after that he's like rebuilding the Volkswagen engine.
Yeah.
For some, you know what I mean? It was always some shit like that, or like they'd be like scamming money or something. Not like not ripping people off, but being like, all right, if you do this, like fill out this form and do this, the government's gonna give you some. It was always some shit like that. It was always like by hook or by crook. There was never, and I'm like, it's obviously rubbed off on me. There was never like no one besides my mom. My mom got a real job.
Yeah.
She went. She was a cop, and that was the only person in my family that I knew that got a real job.
Yeah.
Everyone else was just like, I don't know, money?
Yeah.
What you want money? Go out and make some.
Yeah.
Right? Not like go get a job. Not like go like work. It was like, oh, just go figure it out.
Yeah.
Go get some from somebody's got money. Figure out how to get it from them.
Yeah.
It was like that was like the kind of the attitude.
Well, like growing up, you know, I mean, my grandpa, my grandpa, he after he got out of the Navy after World War II, you know, he went to they lived in Wichita, Kansas for like 12, 13 years, and he was an electrician for Boeing at the aircraft plant up there. And then when they moved back to Arkansas, he took his college degree and he started teaching English and agriculture at a little bitty hole in the wall high school called Pleasant View High School. And you know, me and my dad, you know, whenever I was a kid, I mean, I can remember being 4 or 5 years old, you know, I mean, we would always do odd jobs on the weekends, you know, to make a little extra money and everything whenever I was a kid and make ends meet. I mean,
it was always odd jobs.
Yeah,
That's
well,
how I made my living my whole life. Is
dude,
just
like
doing odd jobs.
hauling hay, you know, cutting firewood, and then also, you know, we heated with a wood stove in our house until I think I was 12 or 13. Whenever we quit using the wood
That's
stove.
weird because you say some stories like that and you're like, did you grow up in the 1920s?
Yeah,
you know
right?
what I mean? But it's like what a lot of people don't realize about America and a lot of the world as well. Because if you live in a third world country, like it's very much like that.
Yeah.
But I think what a lot of people don't realize about America is that in the 80s and 90s, there was a huge part of the country that was still living like it was in the 1950s.
Yeah.
I mean, or even earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. Like not everything progresses the same way.
Yeah.
There was kids who had computers with internet in 1995, and there was kids in 1995 that were still getting warm from a wood burning stove.
Well,
in their shack in Arkansas. America's so large and so diverse. There are so many parts of America that are almost on the same level as a third world country, and a lot of it's in the Appalachians. It's the poorest part of America.
that, and also on the extreme flip side of that, you know, look at your you know, inner cities and everything like Detroit. Look at Philadelphia and everything.
Yeah.
You know, some of these urban, you know, environments and everything that are just so degraded and so blown out that the best thing to do with them would be to bulldoze it and start over new.
Yeah.
But no, you know, nobody's got any money to do it. Nobody's going to spend any money to do it, so
And-
it just sits there.
And even then, like a lot inner city kids who are growing up just as destitute as you would growing up in the sticks, but they grow up with technology in a different way. They grow up in a very different way with just as little money.
Yeah.
You know, you got nothing in the sticks growing up like in the 1920s.
Yeah.
And you got nothing growing up in the projects in Detroit.
Right.
But you're still surrounded by technology. Like you're almost like, I almost think it's worse because you're just like, you have nothing, but you're surrounded by everything.
Yeah.
You know,
and
you're surrounded by, you're like, dude, everyone has everything. And I've
one
got
of those
nothing.
things where, you know, you're so inundated with it and everything, but it's almost like a tease, like it's dangled in front of you.
Right,
and
it's a
saying,
carrot, yeah.
You can't have this because you're not
Yeah,
worthy.
but you can see it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in the middle of nowhere and you're poor as fuck, you don't even know.
Yeah. Dude, it was 1985. I was 9 years old when we got our telephone in our house.
Dude, people don't believe me. You're one of the few people who understand. We had a telephone that you fucking turned the goddamn thing on to get the operator.
My grandpa
In my house, I'm like, and I say that to people, they're like, when did you grow up? I'm like, oh, I'm 40.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're lying. I'm like, dude, we had a telephone
Yeah.
that you turned the handle on,
Yeah.
and the operator dialed the number for you. Or
Yeah.
I don't know what they did. They did something.
Yeah, my grandparents.
What the fuck?
My grandparents had one of the old cranker phones and everything in their closet, you know, because my.
I am 28 years old and I still don't understand what the fucking operator does after those phones became obsolete.
I don't know either, dude.
Calling the operator as a child and being like, "What do you do? What is your purpose?"
I'll use the bathroom over here.
I still don't understand.
Well, okay, I don't know
And
about
are
you
these
guys.
still a thing? Can you still call the operator?
Yes, you can. From a landline. From a cell phone, it's called calling customer care.
Oh.
But no, I mean, back in the day when we were a bunch of asshole high school kids and everything, you know, we'd be like, operator, yeah, I'd like to make a collect call to, hey mom, come pick me up at the skating rink, and you know that was how you know scam out phone calls and everything, you know, or you'd have like a code word work out where your parents and everything, and you know if you didn't have any money on you or anything, you'd call them up and be like, hey, we accept a collect call from you know.
I thought that only
Bobby Dale
happened
Jim
in
Bob.
jail.
Huh?
I thought that it was only a thing for jail.
What, collect calls?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. No. I mean, God, when was it? I had to,
How do you collect? Do you tell them your checkbook number?
no, what they would do.
Then
Wow.
put it on your phone bill?
I am dating the shit out of myself right now because I know how this works.
Listen, Joe, I still grew up when you had to fucking do those things. I was just a child, so I didn't understand how the magic man
How a collect call would work back when everybody had a landline phone, you would get a phone bill every month. So if somebody made a collect call, you would have to pick up the phone, tell the operator, hey, I need to make a collect call to this number, and they would bill the fee for that call plus an additional fee for the operator connecting you on a collect call to that number that you were calling them.
And the person that you're calling has no choice.
Well, the operator would ring in and they'd be like, I have a collect call from so-and-so, would you like to accept the charges? And if they say, yeah, you're on the hook for it. If they say no, well, you didn't get charged. But see, that was the scam that we always worked out with our parents, you know, it's like, you know, what, do you want to accept the charges from, you know, Bobby Dale Limbaugh or
fucking
something
done.
like that, you know, total bullshit. And oh, hell no, I don't want to talk to him. That means, okay, I'm ready to go. You can come pick me up, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
Friday.
Because I didn't get a cell phone until I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can open.
God, I think I was like 20.
All right,
24
Dr. Girlfriend's
before I got a
leaving.
cell phone.
Bye.
Which is very annoying because she didn't actually finish working. But
I had one more box.
Josh, you haven't folded a single shirt.
Look how.
no shit. Well, why would I fucking?
Look how
In
pretty.
the last 3 launches.
I mean, some would say I'm doing it right.
Does it look pretty?
I would look. You know, it looks okay. It's like there's a little fly in the ointment, and the fly in the ointment is it's not done.
I'd say she did a damn good job. I mean,
one more box.
I'm so sorry.
And it's the jacket.
There's a whole box that wasn't folded. I'm just saying. I don't know. What do you want? A fucking 5-star review? You didn't do it all.
I know.
It's not
tomorrow-
5 stars.
Tomorrow I'll get a review.
3.5 stars.
3.5 till tomorrow.
I'll adjust it tomorrow.
You have to add 5 more stars.
me personally, I think she's got some bomb ass folding skills and everything. See ya. Because, I mean, if I did that, I'd be like, okay, here, I'm throwing your shit in a plastic bag and everything, and that's a custom wrinkle on there. I made it just for you. No two are alike.
Yeah, well, some people get a custom Bobo hair, a custom Arthur hair.
Open the door for her.
Oh.
I won't be able to get out.
I gotta find my car keys. Or did I put them on?
Oh, Lord.
He screams.
Well, I might not go anywhere if I can't find my car keys. Josh, did I
Dude, he ran in so fast. You live here now, sorry. I want to push you over so bad.
I know, you can't do that. I can't believe someone else is.
Well, Justin S. is wondering when I was hatched. I'm a Centennial kid. I was born in 76.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Did you find him? All right, farewell. Drive safe. Text me when you get home.
Yeah, that was one thing my dad used to always do, you know, like, you know, all the Centennial quarters and Centennial, you know, 50-cent pieces, silver dollars. He'd always, you know, grab that stuff and hoard it and rat hole it and everything. But, I learned a lot from my dad. And there's a lot more I wish I could have learned from him. But, it's been 9 years since he's been gone. I miss him, but I hope I'm making him proud. I know his grandkids are.
Well, you ain't a piece of shit, dude, so.
Some people would beg to differ with you, but, you know.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think we're cut from the same dirty dish rag. Because I think that some of it's good, some of it's bad, you know, that we have in common. But I think that you're doing pretty good because I don't think that I'm doing bad. So if I thought that you were doing bad, I'd have to admit it about myself too. So I do have a little bit of fucking, you know, confirmation bias here. But I think you're doing pretty good, bud.
No,
You know, you got a wife that loves you, and you guys laugh and have fun, and
she puts up with
goes
my
and
ass. There's a
do
big
stuff,
difference
and
there.
you got kids that are fucking living in the military, you know, succeeding at life. You know, like if you got kids that are succeeding in life, even if you don't do nothing else, at least you did something.
Agreed, yeah. And you know, me and my wife were talking about this the other night and everything, and we were, you know, I was kind of getting mopey and everything, and she basically gave me a boot in the ass, and she's like, "Hey, look at how many kids that our kids went to high school with and everything that are still in the same dead end existence, or they've got 4 or 5 kids of their own by now and everything, or who knows what happened to them and everything. You know, you can feel sorry for yourself for not being able to do this or this or this for them and everything, but you know, you did damn good." I'm like, "Okay, baby, you're the all wise and all knowing. I will agree with you."
Well, Amanda's great, dude.
I'm gonna write that
And
shit
she
on
don't
the
take
calendar.
and she don't take no guff. Yeah, get that kitty, Bilbo. Kill that cat. Kill him.
Look who's back on YouTube, dude.
Who?
God, show your face.
What?
Oh, Shane Dawson's on YouTube again?
He posted 3 days ago.
Dude, who let him back?
Say it.
What the fuck?
His video's got 1.3 million views.
Life Map says, how close were you to Atkins, Arkansas when you were growing up?
Oh man, Atkins sounds familiar, but I'd have to remember where it's at. What's it by? Help me out here, brother.
I've been to Yellville before.
Well, I grew up in Kibler, which is basically the outskirts.
That
Yeah,
doesn't sound
Kibler.
so fucking made up, dude.
I know, right? But no, I mean that Kibler is kind of like in between Van Buren and Alma,
Yeah, it's
which
Kibler.
is right on the Arkansas-Oklahoma state line, pretty much. You know, I mean, Fort Smith, that's the closest recognizable city, was like
Where's my
10,
weed
12
stuff
miles
at?
south of us. But, yeah,
Everyone's saying it's gummy time. I'll do some weed with everybody. Joe won't. He's a good boy. You don't do any.
You don't want this, Joe. You'll get addicted.
You don't want any part of this, Joe. You don't do no drugs at all, do you? You ever smoke weed when you were a kid or something?
No,
No, you never fucked around with it.
no.
Damn, dude. You know what? You shouldn't, because if we're that much alike, you just fucking like it too much.
No, I mean, I swear on a stack right now, dude. I've never smoked pot. I mean, yeah, everybody drinks beer every now and then.
Oh,
but,
sure.
you know, there was a couple times we got blind ass blackout drunk in the middle of a damn cow field whenever we were in high school, and we should have died, but somehow we didn't. But
Man,
no, I just never did anything more than that.
that's wild, dude. I try not to drive drunk anymore. But God, man. And yeah, I'll have a couple beers and drive, like where you're certainly over the legal limit, but I
Yeah.
know I'm fine.
Yeah.
And not even like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and this is something that I run into on YouTube all the time, because you have the safety Nazis on YouTube. I'm probably going to demonetize because I said Nazis. We have the safety Nazis on YouTube who are just like, you had a beer and then you rode your motorcycle. And I'm like, where the fuck did you grow up? Fucking Red China? Like, fuck, you know what I mean? I'm like, God damn, dude, live a little. But man, I did a lot in my early 20s. I did a lot of drunk driving.
Yeah.
Like bad. Like wake up and you're like, is the car outside? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bad. I'm so glad I don't fuck around with it anymore. But that was I think out of my entire life, out of any drug, anything I've ever done, that was probably the worst and most dangerous I've ever been.
Yeah.
With anything is my stint in my early 20s, probably like 21 to like 27.
Right.
My stint with drunk driving. And I never got in a wreck, never got arrested. But God, I was pretty bad, dude, especially on motorcycles.
Yeah.
I remember I would, and I'm just being honest, dude. Everyone would be like, judge me if you want, dude. I'm fucking 40. This was a long time ago.
Right.
I don't do this shit no more. But I would just do shit like I'd wake up. I remember I'd wake up on a motorcycle. I'd just be like, turning out, and I'd be like,
It's like,
whoa,
how the fuck did I get
whoa,
here?
and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
oh shit, dude. I'm like, dude, this is not my street.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for it. I'm not lessening it by making jokes about it. But God, I was pretty bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not a heavy drinker. I mean, dude, I've had like 3 beers out here.
Yeah.
And I
You
mean,
know,
that's-
I've never seen you drunk actually.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass drunk. I mean, I'm giggly and stupid, and I'm one of those fun. I'm one of those funny fuckers and everything. It's like, oh God, I can't believe I did that last night. And everybody else is like, oh hell yeah, we did, and we got pictures.
That's a alcohol effect. Is a overanalyzation of your thing. It fucks with the way your body stores memories.
Yeah.
So when you go to sleep, your body, your brain, and this is just speculation, dude. I read this shit somewhere, so take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Your brain stores the memories from the day before.
Yeah.
And so there's anxiety and all this weird shit that comes because your body doesn't store the memories properly. So it's almost like you're gaslighting yourself.
Yeah.
You're just like, did this happen? Did that
Yeah.
happen? Am
like,
I
I'm not
real?
sure.
Who
Yeah.
am I? What do
Yeah.
I even believe in? Because you just spent a night where your brain computer just was like, failed to save memory properly.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Corrupted
basically
file.
on autopilot for the most part.
And so that's where I say, if anybody wonders where anxiety and weird shit, and that happens to everybody. And if anybody says they don't have at least mild anxiety after a night of heavy drinking, they are lying.
Yeah.
As everyone experiences that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a very conservative, casual drinker. You know, I mean, I'll have a beer every now and then. You know, I mean, every now and then I'll have a mixed drink.
You just high on life, dude.
Dude, I don't get me wrong. You know, I like to kick back and have a good time, laugh, joke, and bullshit around. But there's been very few times in my life where I can honestly say that I was shitty, sloppy drunk, and that's not a good feeling for me. And I just don't like. I don't like feeling that way because I don't like feeling.
Joe, nobody
that
likes
I'm
feeling
not,
that way. It's
you
the
know-
weakness that leads you to do it in the first place.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know.
problem. Nobody likes it when they're there.
Yeah, true.
So I think that it's less that, and I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you here, but I think it's less that you dislike being there and more that you have the steadfast nature to not allow yourself to go there.
Wow.
Because that's a whole thing. Nobody likes being there. There's not a person on earth
Dude,
who
for-
goes like, I like being there. Everyone hates being there,
For a long time.
but they let themselves get there.
I mean, a long time. I wouldn't drink a beer if I knew I was going to be on a bike within 24 hours.
Oh, you're real.
Well, I mean, considering how I make my living, I mean.
Oh yeah, you can't get no DUI, dude. You
Right.
can't test a bike.
Right, exactly. But
Knock on wood, man. I've been so lucky. Dude. I was a very bad, not bad. I mean, no worse than anybody else in my 20s. There's plenty of people who are bad. Anyone in the chat wants to talk shit. I bet there's just as many people out there who listen to what I said and they're like, yeah, it was me too.
yeah,
Probably a few of them who are my age who are still fucking doing it. Quit it, by the way.
Yeah.
Quit driving drunk.
yeah, that's bad
Dude,
news, man.
quit driving drunk, man.
I mean, that's
You know.
that's how Amanda's father died. Is
God, so sad, man.
well, this is where two fools met. Her father was drunk on a motorcycle, not wearing a helmet, and he was going around somewhat of a blind corner, and there was a guy in a car coming from the other direction in a car, didn't have his headlights on. He was DUI, and they ended up hitting head on in the middle of the corner. So
God damn, dude. That is
Yeah.
car accidents, man. Car accidents and any vehicle accident. It's the number one killer of human beings.
yeah,
It's an epidemic. It's so sad, man. And don't drive drunk. Just like stop. That's so easy for me to say. I haven't gotten away with it for years, and stopping now. You
Well,
know
like
what I mean?
when-
But like, God damn, dude.
it
By the grace of God goes I.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of brings back some funny memories from back in high school, though, because we don't. Whenever we would, get together and party at like one of our deer camps or at somebody's property or something, we'd always have somebody that was the gatekeeper, if you will, that collect everybody's keys. Well, here I am. I've had a 2-door shitbox 280Z Datsun as my first car, and the thing was
The
like.
280Z is worth about fucking, in that shitbox condition, probably about 10 grand today.
Dude, that motherfucker was 5 different shades of yellow, okay? That thing had like 60 pounds of Bondo in the left front fender. But that's actually what they called it in high school, was the Bondo Mobile. But anyway, so we roll out to this party at this girl's house one night, and out in the boonies, you know, we got a bonfire going and all that. This was when I was in my big stereo phase, which thankfully didn't last long, but, you know, I got the tunes in my car. So we'd always pop the hatch on the car and crank the stereo up, and we're good to go. And I didn't want to give my keys up because I want to listen to radio. So here my bumpkin ass is, the steering wheel was loose in my car, and I had tools in it. So, and we were partying at this girl's Alicia's place, and she lived with her aunt and her uncle. And her Uncle John was just cool as shit, you know. John's like, hey man, I need your keys. I'm like, John, I need my keys because I need to be able to hear my radio, but I'll tell you what, I'll be back in 5 minutes. So here my dumb hillbilly ass goes out to my car. I pull it down there by where the fire pit is and everything, and then I proceed to take my steering wheel off with a pair of vice grips and everything, and I hand John my steering wheel. That way I can't go anywhere. And then about a month later, the steering wheel came off while I was going down Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith.
I've had a steering wheel come off too in a car.
That is a fucking surreal moment, is it not?
So it was in a CJ7, and it was because
God.
I broke it because it was a lifted CJ7. It was on 35s.
Yeah.
And it was not a nice truck. It was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But because everyone hears CJ7 now, like they hear 280, and they're like, "Oh, damn, you had a CJ7?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had a CJ7 in fucking 1996.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted them. It was a fucking piece of crap." But I would get in by grabbing the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep. I know.
Well.
I did the same fucking thing.
Pull myself out of the steering wheel, and one day I fucking go to make a turn, and it goes click. I'm like,
yeah.
Nothing happened. You know, I just went off onto the sidewalk and hit the brakes. I was like, but God, I remember just sitting there with my heart pounding, holding it, going like,
yeah. Well, my steering wheel episode was a little bit more stimulating than that, because I was dating this girl that lived in Fort Smith. I lived in Van Buren, so I'm driving back and forth across the river every night. And anyway, you know, we would hang out till 2, 3 in the morning, and then I'd go home and die for a couple hours, and then drag my ass back to work at 8 o'clock next
Zip
morning.
City.
Yep. So I'm going back to my house, and I'm going down Midland Boulevard, and it is 45-mile-an-hour zone, and it's right in front of K. Rogers Stadium, where they'd always have the Arkansas-Oklahoma State Fair. And the main gate right there at K. Rogers, you could bet your ass that 6 nights out of 7 every week, there'd be a Fort Smith City cop sitting there running radar on Midland Boulevard. Well, there was a pothole right before where that main gate was, and the road had a little bit of a hink to it and everything. So, you know, and I'm driving like this because I'm about to fall asleep, and it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I kind of do one of these numbers to dodge the pothole, because, like I said, shitbox 280Z, you could run over a dime and figure out whether it was heads or tails. I mean, that thing was a horrible, horrible car. But anyway, when I did the little swerve thing, I caught the edge of the pothole, and the fucking steering wheel comes off in my hand. And it takes about 1.5 seconds for it to process, because I'm not awake.
Beep, boop, beep, boop,
and then
fucking.
all of a sudden I'm like, fuck! And I stomp on the damn brakes, and I lock them up. And this car swapped ends like
oh my
twice.
God, this is dramatic.
Yeah, the car swapped ends like twice in the middle of Midland Boulevard, and thank God there wasn't any traffic. I was the only fucking car there.
Dude.
But as luck would have it, I stopped with my car pointing right at that main entrance gate at K. Rogers Park. Sure as shit, there's Fort Smith PD sitting there. He doesn't even turn his lights on. He jumps out of the car, comes running over there,
With the steering wheel, like,
pulls his pistol out, and he's like, "What in the fuck do you think you're doing?" And I didn't say a word. I just handed the steering wheel out the window, and he's like, boom, instant mood change. He's like, "Oh, I see the problem here."
only he must have grown up in Arkansas too.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I still wasn't totally awake, but at the same time, I'm like,
Oh,
know,
dude.
I mean-
Only a guy, because if he was from the city, he would have handed him a steering wheel. He wouldn't know what was going on. He's like, "Oh, you have a shitty car."
Yeah.
I get it.
well, I mean, the car had like 3 different colors of primer and rust and fiberglass and all that shit on there at that point.
Dude, it's wild that the beaters that we used to drive around, man. And if people still drive beaters every once in a while, But cars right now, I feel like most cars are are disposable. They
Yeah.
feel like disposable cameras.
Yeah.
Especially like the Kias and Hyundais and stuff like that when
Yep.
they first came out.
Yep.
Kia makes a great car now. So does Hyundai, I think. I think I like their design sensibilities. I think that South Korea, it just feels like Germany in the 80s or something when Germans were just making wild cars and
Yeah.
weird shit. I like it. I think they're doing good. And I've never been to South Korea, but South Korea seems more American than America. Sometimes, like those guys are into it, but cars are so disposable now. Nobody rides a shitbox anymore. A little bit, but
Well,
nobody rides that
it's-
rusted out, fallen in half.
That's the thing.
Truck,
It's not
man. That was
just
every car I
cars.
had.
It's society in general, and this is something that I know that we've talked about before, and it's something that me and Amanda have talked about for years and everything. But it's a disposable society because the thing is, it's so easy for people to accept the fact that they're going to put themselves in debt instead of fixing something when something breaks, or instead of maintaining something to preserve something and extend the life
Right.
of whatever that may be. They're just like, oh, I'll trade it in. I'll go get a new one and whatever, and they'll finance it at X amount of interest for X amount of years and everything. And it's just a constant bleeding cycle, and everybody is so inundated with it. They've accepted that as the norm.
Right, this is how it is.
Yeah.
I'm all for replacing something when it needs to be replaced, but I think on a personal level, I get so much satisfaction when I know in my heart that I've exceeded my buy-in value
Yeah.
on any item where at a certain point, like you realize it, you're just like, ooh,
Yeah. It's like
I
I'm here
passed
now.
it. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, I got it. Everything I do with it, whether it's every mile I drive, every time I swing the hammer, whatever I do with it, everything I do past that point is like a little dopamine drip.
Yeah.
It's like a little like, it's
It's
like
like,
I got
beat you.
got one over on
Yeah.
the system, and that makes me excited to do more because
Yeah.
the farther I can get past that and go like, damn, dude, this car was only supposed to last 100,000 miles, and I did 200,000 miles. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, I won. I got one over on you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I love that, and even outside of it being just so prevalent in society and how people treat things, it's not even that. Because you could certainly say, you're like, man, you could save a lot of money, you could afford a lot more things if you took this attitude. But also, it's just like, dude, you're missing out on so much fun.
Yeah.
It's fun I think it's fun to fucking keep something together with chewing gum and baling wire and go like, man, I fucking got one. I got one over on them.
Yeah.
They thought that shit was going to break down. Not for me.
Yeah.
I own a welder.
Exactly.
You know?
Don't get me wrong, man. I mean, there's been, I've lost track of how many times I've, rolled on something that was supposed to be a bush fix to get me back to the house and everything, and that shit'll be there a year later,
I love those bush
I ain't
fixes
proud,
channels. They're so cool.
but I mean, the thing is, I feel like it's taken away a sense of achievement that, as a society, people should have to go through to a certain extent and everything to be able to enjoy the privilege of owning a vehicle or
Right.
driving a vehicle. It's like, just because you can plop your ass in the seat and put the key in the ignition doesn't mean that you need to be there. Now the thing is, I know plenty of people, and I did automotive for like 15 odd years as a day gig, even while I was still doing bikes at the house. So I mean, I've lost track of how many people that literally all they do is put gas in and drive, and some of them struggle with that. I mean, you can tell from the gas stains on their shoes. But
Shit.
yeah, but I've got a lot more respect for somebody that actually, comes and asks a question. And a lot of times people don't ask a question because they're afraid they're going to be ridiculed for it and everything, just for the simple fact that
I
they're
hate
asking
that.
a question.
Right. You should be able to ask any question, no matter how stupid.
Yeah.
You should be able to ask how a tire works, or
Yeah.
how lug nuts go on, or how you should be able to ask where, if as a man too, because for women it's way easier to ask.
Yeah.
But
No, it's not.
well, for some women, you got a
Well,
chip on your
yeah.
shoulder. For some women, it's easier to ask. See, fucking my fucking point exactly. I'm not saying most of the women in my life are like that. I'm just saying, it is overall easier for a woman to ask about a car than it is for a man to ask about a car.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for that. I'm just telling you how the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But if you're a dude and you don't know how to change a tire, it's hard for you to ask another man.
Yeah.
Because you think you're like, oh, he's gonna fucking clown me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, just ask. It's okay.
Yeah.
At least if you ask myself or Joe or Shay, even though she's nobody's gonna make fun of you. I'll be like, if you came up to me and you're like, I don't know how to even find the jack in my car.
Yeah.
I would go, I'm so glad you asked me. Let me help you.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's another thing, like the newer vehicles, a lot of them, they ain't got a damn spare tire.
I see that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was kind of snoozing on the whole automotive side of things for a few years there, but all of a sudden it popped up and I started looking. I'm like, well, what the fuck, And then my son-in-law, he bought a BMW last year and everything, and that damn thing doesn't have a spare tire. It doesn't have a place for a spare tire.
That's wild, dude. BMW has always had the coolest jacks and jack systems. They were so good because they were touring cars back in the day. I've not fucked around with BMW in a very long time. The last BMWs I remember were from the 90s.
Yeah.
And they were very much like do everything touring cars.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the driving machine, man. The BMWs suck. No, that sucks.
But no, man. I mean, and we're seeing it in the motorcycle industry. I've seen it in the automotive industry for a lot longer. But instead of being able to, open up a part that's failed and rebuild it and everything, it gets the dreaded stamp of no user serviceable parts inside, and
right.
nobody sells anything to support it because they want you to replace it as an assembly rather than trying to repair it.
Right. No more R&Rs. Or it's all R&Rs.
Yeah. So you're pushing everybody in the direction of you're squeezing out the people that are a true technician or mechanic, and you're creating a legion of little corporate based part swappers.
You wonder why people have that conspiracy about 15-minute cities. You ever hear about that one?
Mm-hmm.
Shay clued me into that. Remember 15-minute cities? Shay?
Mm-hmm.
Remember 15-minute cities?
Yeah, I remember game.
This is on the way to Sturgis. We found out about 15-minute cities. And it's like, I'm not.
Live streaming?
Yeah, we're still live streaming.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're not just talking. It sounds like we're just talking.
We
but we're
took
still
a
live
hard
streaming.
left turn on this shit.
Yeah,
man.
I'm just saying, dude. When you look, so I'm not going to get into 15-minute cities if you know what they. I also don't believe in it, but I don't believe in nothing until it's bite me in the ass. I'm just saying, dude. When you look at some of this stuff, I'm like, I see where these motherfuckers are coming from.
Right.
I see why they think that because
Yeah.
they're like, shit looks like they're just trying to edge us farther and farther out.
Yeah.
To where we don't know nothing about it, and now all of a sudden, instead of you owning a car, your car is like a Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, dude, that shit's a thing, in like your major metropolitan areas and everything, like Chicago, New York, certain parts of LA and everything.
Right.
They take the term rideshare to the extreme, where it's like a group lease on a vehicle. I mean, no, but I'm sorry, no, I am not going to get in a damn car and everything, and especially during the summertime down here in Florida. If I open up a car and I sit in that thing and I am dealing with somebody's leftover ass wind and everything from when they ripped a nasty and everything, no, fuck that. I'm going to go on a killing spree.
yeah, no thanks, man. My car is a sanctuary,
Yeah.
and I know what I want in there, and I like to have my drink.
Yeah.
And I quit smoking over 7. No, when I started, I quit like 2 years after I started YouTube. So I've been over almost 10 years.
Oh, congrats, dude.
Yeah. And I was 3 packs a day. Dude,
Yeah.
fucking one after another. But my favorite place to smoke cigarettes, God, smoking cigs while you're driving.
Yeah.
It's just the best. And if anybody's watching now who's trying to quit, I'm triggering them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, I smoke Winston's, man. Winston's soft pack 100s. Because
Yeah.
I was like, that's the most.
Yeah.
Because the soft packs
I
had the
remember
shorter,
that.
the
Yeah.
shorter filter, and
Yeah, I
I was like,
remember that.
oh yeah, so it was like hard pack 100s. No, soft pack 100s with the short filter.
Yeah.
Well, that's so weird why they do that. But God, dude, I had soft pack 100s. I used to be able to flick it from the thing to my mouth. I could fucking throw it out of the pack, and I was like, because I smoked so many cigarettes, I remember just like, and at the time I had a '69 Mustang.
Yeah.
And I smoked thousands of cigarettes in that motherfucker. I would just be like, bang, with my fucking hand on the steering wheels were like a piece of wire.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd be like, bang, and fucking just chiefing cigs out the side of my red Mustang. I had a pretty good time in high school.
Yeah.
You know, I had a pretty fucking good time, man. It wasn't bad. It was bad for a lot of people. It was not bad for me.
Right?
It was awesome.
Well, I mean, I was a career underachiever in high school. That explains why I graduated 3 hours before my daughter did.
That's fucking good, dude.
No, dude, I'm serious as a heart attack. I graduated 3 hours before my daughter did.
He'd be like, beat you. What's up, first loser?
Yeah.
Number 2. Call her number 2 like you're on Star Trek. That's fucking funny.
We'd have to
hello, number 2.
We'd have to get her a booster seat.
Oh, man, we got a couple people. John Stanley just quit 3 weeks ago. Good for you, man. Cigarettes are tough, dude. I loved every single cigarette I ever smoked. So I didn't quit cigarettes because I hated them. I quit cigarettes because I had to. And you, obviously, you know, I'm not trying to get down your throat or nothing, but everyone, you got to quit eventually.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to do it eventually. No, it's fine, but you can't do it forever.
Yeah.
And I'm not against them even. Go out. Go smoke. Do your thing. But eventually, you just got to quit. You know, you can do it for a certain amount of time, and I feel like I did it for, I think it's like 14, 15 years or something, like heavy.
Yeah.
Like 3-pack a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I did my time. Like, I think I'm fine. I don't feel like, right now, I feel no ill effects. I feel like I'm cool. I'm like, you know, people go through phases with drugs and stimulants and all this stuff, and you're like, you could do it for a while.
Yeah.
And not fuck yourself up.
Man, thinking about it like that, you know, I mean, I got me thinking about it. I mean, I started smoking in high school. I mean, hell, I've been smoking 30 years. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean.
You can do that. Your lungs repair themselves. I'm not trying to talk you out of, like, figuring out when you would like to do it. Because thinking about it is stressful. Like, when I used to think about quitting, I was just like, it would give me anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just picked a time. And it was a New Year's resolution. I was like, I just picked a time. I was like, all right.
Well,
I'm done.
We quit.
Never had nothing. No.
We quit for close to a year, and it was partly because of my wife's surgery. You know, whenever she had her gastric surgery, but we were. It was. God, man, it was a little bit before Christmas. You know, and we'd had a bunch of shit that just went south, and you know, things just weren't lining up, and then. You know, where I was working at the time and everything, you know, we were real slow. So, you know, we were stressing and you know, plus she wasn't working and everything at the time. You know, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man, there were some lean years where, you know, we scraped our asses by the skin of our teeth. But, you know, I don't remember exactly what triggered it or anything, but, you know, me and her were just at each other's throats for like a couple of weeks and everything. And, you know, finally we just caved, you know, because it was either that or we were stupid, you know. I mean, we were going to do some stupid shit like separate or, you know, you know, cross a line that we wasn't going to be able to uncross, you know. But you know,
I'm still not sure. My last breakup, I'm like, it could have been that's when I quit smoking.
Right.
You know, it could have been partially due to that. I don't fucking know.
No.
It's a wild thing to do and quit. And I think everyone can do it. They're like, it's worse than quitting heroin. That's such a weird thing to say about it. I'm like, everyone who says, I'm like, you ever done heroin? You ever fucking shot black tar heroin into your veins? It's like being like, these cookies are like crack. I'm like, you ever smoke crack?
Yeah.
Like, I've eaten cookies. You ever smoke crack?
Reference here?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, dude. People say that all the time. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It ain't like quitting heroin, dude. It's just easily available.
Yeah.
You can walk in a gas station and get it. And that's why, dude, I used to be all about the whole like, oh, make everything legal and everything will be fine. Yeah. I used to say it all the time. And now, after seeing what happened in Portland and California, I'm like, no, it doesn't work. Like, whoever was saying that wasn't going to work, they were right. It doesn't work.
Well,
like,
I mean,
the systemic, like, violator circle whirlpool that people get in is a thing. But the answer is not make everything legal.
Yeah.
Like, the answer is justice and police reform.
Yeah.
Not like cocaine's legal.
Yeah.
That's not the fucking answer.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's kind of like telling somebody, okay, here, you need to call the suicide hotline. I'm not trying to trigger make fun of anybody, but you need to call the suicide hotline because, you know, you're having some dark thoughts and everything. And while you're at it, we're gonna, you know, put a hold, you know, we're gonna put you on hold with this hold music and everything that's advertising a gun store.
Yeah, dude. It's wild. You're like, oh, you're hooked on drugs?
Yeah.
Also, you can do them anywhere.
Yeah.
You're like, you ain't, you ain't quitting. It's not better.
Yeah.
You know?
All they're doing is facilitating.
Wild, man. And I used to really be like, I used to be like, make everything legal. Let people choose. And then walk through a tent city in Portland.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it is what it is. Every single one of these people, not every single one. There's a lot of people who are there for other reasons, or people who are trying to bring themselves back up.
No.
Most of them, not some of them, not half of them, most of them
Right.
are on heavy fucking drugs. And anyway, I'm not trying to get fucking about that shit. It just is what it is, dude. I've seen it. I've walked through it in real life. And if you had asked me this 5 years ago, what I thought about it, before I walked through it, personally, before I was out there and was like looking around, walking through it, I would have given you a different answer. Yeah. I would have said, no, it's good. You should, you know, I was like, everything should be legal. Like, I would have given you a very different answer before we started going to Portland. I walked around. I was like, oh, fuck, I was wrong. This is not how it's fucking done.
It's amazing the lengths that society will go to destroy itself while justifying that self-destruction.
Yeah, dude, I was fooled, dude. I was fucking hook, line, and sinker. They had me on that shit until I walked through it myself, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I should have looked before I bought. I should have read the reviews.
Yeah.
You know, like I should have been like, oh, dude, this thing's only got 3.5 stars, man.
Yeah.
I better fucking figure out what's going on here. I think some of these are bots. Like,
Right.
That was wild. I had to see it though. I had to stick my, you know, as I always say this, not to offend anybody. I always say I had to press my fingers into the side of the Lord. You know, I am doubting Thomas, dude.
Yeah.
I got to put my hand on the stove, and I would have argued all day long the other way until I walked through. I was like, holy shit, dude! Every one of these motherfuckers, dude. People are shooting up in the street, dude. Me and Shay walked by the Burger King Kids Club. A motherfuckers doing drugs in the street in Portland. Yeah. It was like everyone out there, all my people who are between the ages of 37 and 47 will remember the McDonald's play place and Burger King's Kids Club, dude.
Yeah.
You remember this shit. And the Burger King Kids Club is like, that's my first memory of like diversity integration.
Yeah.
You know? And dude, we walk by this group of people. Shay, you gotta help me out on this one. You awake?
Yeah.
It was like
Listening, though.
we went and it was a group of people. Were they smoking crack or were they doing heroin?
They're doing whippets.
Whippets, dude. Okay, so but anyway, they're fucking doing drugs in the street, and they're standing in a circle, and they're openly doing drugs. And we walk by, and it's like a pasty white kid with red hair, an Asian girl, an Indian dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's like you look around the circle, you're like, yo, but this is the model UN.
Yeah, you're ticking off all the boxes here.
A chick in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
They had wheels, dude. Remember Wheels from fucking Burger King
God.
Kids Club?
Yeah.
Dude, they had wheels in that motherfucker. Just like, did you guys call each other before you came out here?
Oh,
This
man.
looks like the fucking, this looks like AI art that somebody who watches Fox News all day would draw. You know what I mean? Like, this
Right.
is the real problem. I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking real. They're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, it was so. Shay, did I not die laughing in the street when I saw it?
Oh, I'm sure.
Remember, like, I remember.
I'm not listening.
Remember when we saw that when we passed by that group of fucking like diversity drug addicts?
Guy with his guns.
Oh yeah, we also saw a guy in a tracksuit with a fucking gun hanging out of his pocket and a chihuahua with like a gold chain on. But he was just like the most little 5 foot tall black dude.
Yeah.
Looked like he was wearing pajamas, and I was just like, that gun's gonna fall out of your pocket. It was just dangling.
Yeah.
I was so weird. Also, Oregon's open carry,
Yeah.
so you can. He was doing nothing illegal.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that. Anyway, it was fucking really funny. It was so fucking. I was dying, dude. And Shay at the time was like shushing me. Not bad. She's just worried. We're in Port. We're downtown. I'm drunk as fuck. She's like, stop being an asshole. I was laughing and pointing and being like, can you believe this?
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
waving. They're like,
Yeah. Hi.
I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? I feel like I'm in an SNL skit or something.
Exactly.
Like, am I getting punked right now? Is this real? It can't be real. That can't be how it is. Anyway, we should fucking end it. I'm gonna try to end it on that. But I think it's been good hanging. I'm sorry I didn't get to as many chats this time. I read them all. I thought me and Joe were on a sick one, so I was like, not trying to interrupt that too much. It was good hanging. Thanks for keeping Dr. Girlfriend in work. The more you order, the more I make her work for free. So I don't know if that works for or against brapstar.com, but that if you order something from brapstar.com, I will make Dr. Girlfriend package it for nothing. I pass those savings on to you, to the customer. I do it out of the goodness of my heart. I just like to see I like to see people's face light up.
Well, I mean,
at the thought of that free labor.
You can't use the whole Great Value logo. They got lawyers and shit.
All right, guys. Love y'all. We're out.
Nighters.
All right. How do I stop this streaming, Shay?
Click stop streaming.
I don't know where they keep that one.
You'll find it.
All right. Well, we're still here, y'all.